Mike and Tim here with a special report. One of our listeners has sent in a photo of Bigfoot poop. As you can see here on the screen, Tim.
This is huge.
Apparently the Bigfoot was eating apples because they see there are apple seeds in this poop.
There's apples, orchard. Maybe they were transversing this area.
He wants to have it tested. Hasn't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah.
They say it smells really nasty and really strange.
But a dog or a cat, make sure they're not outside in this area.
It's not your everyday poop, obviously.
No, it's very, very...
To our first live show, March 18th, 8:30.
Yeah.
And find out more about this Bigfoot poop.
Yeah, Bigfoot poop.
That's all I got to say.
It's a quest.
The quest for the Bigfoot poop. A poop quest. Join us for the poop quest. Quest for the Bigfoot poop.
Yes, we shall get to the bottom of this situation.
Well, hopefully not to the very bottom, because that might be disgusting. Just a thought.
Yes.
Hi there, friends. Especially I want to welcome the Mike and Tim Show viewers. Unfortunately, the Mike and Tim Show has been canceled due to vulgarity and borderline patheticness. We're going to be watching the grass grow.
It's an exciting new program.
Watching the grass grow. 12 hours a day. You'll want to join us, and we're going to watch the grass grow. We're going to be measuring blades of grass.
It's really exciting.
Here in this lawn here behind us, behind Bert and I, we got here a lawn where every blade of grass, I feel like I got a piece of grass growing out of my nose, Bert.
Yeah. No, that's all right there. That's all right. That's right.
I'm your co-host, Tom Gently, here with my co-host, Bert Duckers.
Bert Duckley, I'm the expert on growing grass.
We got a lot of fun things here. This is a brand new lawn that we're going to be monitoring and watching the grass grow on.
It's exciting.
We're going to be sitting here for 12 hours a day in, day out.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. Unless it's
grass
raining really bad. Well, even if it rains, we'll probably be here. We'll be measuring the grass.
If you need to have your grass measured, you can hire us to come over and measure your grass. That's an exciting program.
Something's happening.
That's something new. Maybe it's an earthquake.
What is this?
Maybe the grass is growing a lot faster than we thought. Could be.
All right.
Oh,
Kick us out of those guys are
out of here.
All right. You know what time it is?
It's time for
It's the Mike and Tim Show. And apparently, here we are.
Yeah. Well, this is this is sort of our Thanksgiving show. So that's what we're doing, and we're talking about our favorite subject here. We're going to go over a whole list of the beers that we've had for.
Oops.
Nope, that ain't it.
Keep talking, Tim.
All
You're
right.
doing good.
We're going to go over a series of beers that we've had here in the last year or 2 or 3 years or 5 years or 10 years since we've been doing the show. Tonight we're taking a look at one of our favorite manufacturers, Samuel Adams. Great beer when you consider the fact that it was one of the original ones produced. The start of this in 1983. And what's really neat about the whole thing is that this guy decided to start a beer company there in Boston. The actual address for the beer store years ago was on Germania Street, so that's perfect for beer in Boston on Germania Street. I always thought that was pretty cool to have a beer named after that. But now, take a look at it. You've got so many other beer manufacturers out there, all these people making beers, that all of these folks that have come up with these new beers, therefore, the trouble is there's thousands of manufacturers. Samuel Adams is now going to compete with thousands of home brewers, which actually turned into major beer manufacturers. There's really nothing funny about it, but just think about the whole deal.
He's going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Whether you like it or not, we're talking about it. It's good beer. Sam Adams, great taste on this stuff. And we've had the opportunity here over the years to try them out. And this one's not bad. This Winter Lager is great. It's a good beer. It's not bad. One of the worst possible beers we had was, what was the name of that stuff? Alimony Ale. On the scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, Alimony Ale.
It came from Iowa or something. I bought 2 of them one time. We tried them, and they were absolutely disgusting. So I think they ought to have an array of these things at divorce court.
They were strong too.
Yeah,
They were like
when you get divorced,
7 or 8%.
you have there wasn't a hops calculator for that beer. What they did, they took the hops, they literally just poured it into the bottle, added a little water to it, and screwed the cap on, and they let it ferment in the bottle. When you opened it up, of course, you only buy this beer after you got divorced. So my idea is when they have divorce court and have all the families come and the lawyers, everybody gets a bottle, and then therefore they're in much better shape. Everybody's toasted and drunk. Everybody, the ex-spouse, the spouse, whatever, they're all toasted. Everybody's having a good time. They sign off and everything, and they all go home friends. I think that's the way it ought to work. Everybody's drunk. It's okay, fine. The judge is toasted. The whole entire place is nothing but crocked up on Alimony Ale. I'm kind of curious about the Alimony Ale. Did that actually come from a couple of guys that got divorced, or is that a woman who said, "Screw you! I'm making a beer here to piss you off"?
I don't know.
I thought it'd be pretty hilarious myself.
I think there was maybe some kind of bit of story or copy, some logo,
Yeah.
or something, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I just remember thinking it was really bitter and
I was bitter
awful.
already.
But some people who really like bitter ales that are very hoppy, they might like that. It's one of those things that's like an acquired taste, I guess.
Yeah, it burns going in and it blasts going out.
That's my mature look back at it. But at the time, I thought to myself, this is the worst fucking shit I've ever tasted. They call this beer? This is not beer. This is
barf.
Good Lord, yeah, exactly.
Well, look at it then. Remember that other beer they had? Meisterbrow. The cheapest crap that came in a can, and it kind of looked like Michelob, but Meisterbrow. I bought a 6-pack of this one time for friends and I, and they should have never came over to the house, let's put it that way. This stuff was revolting. It must have been 25 years ago. This stuff was just, what was it? We used to have PBRs. Remember that? The cheap beer and the black label?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon. That was good beer compared to this Meister
Oh, yeah.
barf.
And then remember Red Dog came along? Remember Red Dog?
No, I never had a Red Dog.
Red Dog was made by, I think it was made by either Miller or Budweiser.
Did
It was just, I don't know how to describe it.
what they did? They put a bunch of dogs into a blender.
I don't think that's That's anecdotal, Tim.
Yeah, well, hey, such is life. I mean, that's that's just the way it was done.
Well, that's the way it was.
Yes. And now on to Thanksgiving beers.
So, to the audience, millions of people watching, and tons of them are probably writing in now saying, "What's Mike looking at over there? What's Mike keep looking at?"
I don't know.
Well, we're not necessarily sure if we're actually on live now, even though the software says we are on live.
Yeah.
So,
I'm always curious about why they called it software.
software.
Why is it software, not hardware?
Well, because hardware is hardware and software is software.
What if you were trying to wear a pair
Answer that
of
question.
hardware?
So what?
What if you're trying to wear a pair of hardware?
Well, what does that got to do with anything?
I'll be damned if I know.
You wouldn't wear a pair of hardware or software.
Would you? Hey, mine, honey. Would you mind passing me my software? I've got to go out to dinner. Hey,
I don't even know what I was doing just now.
Hey, I saw this whole thing, this joke, this cartoon in one of the magazines. You know these guys who wear their pants down around their knees because they ain't got brains enough to pull their drawers up? So what it shows is this kid he's got a pair of pants on, and of course they're hanging halfway down his butt. So there his mother's presenting him with a solution to that. She says, you either wear the underwear made out of jeans or you pull your pants up. So they'll now have underwear that are made out of jeans. This is for people who don't understand that they actually have to pull their pants up and it's not around their knees. Can you see a bank robber? He walks into a bank and he's got a pair of jeans on that are 3/4 down to his ass. And then he has to have the teller help him walk out the door because he can't walk fast enough. I mean, that's probably happened.
Tim, I just, I just don't know what to say after that.
That's probably it. I mean, just think about it. Hey, what if you went for a job interview and your pants were 3/4 of the way down your ankles? And the guy in the interview is like, sir, you're going to have to get a new pair of pants when you come in for this interview. I don't know. I just think it's hilarious. What if you had a whole store of people that had their pants 3/4 of the way down to the floor?
Well, you see, that could be a problem.
I mean, they could. I don't know. I don't know if that's funny or not. I think it's kind of stupid. It's a good comment on social commentary.
Only kind of stupid, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what practical value do you have on a pair of pants where the pockets are down to your knees? The pockets are all the way down to your knees, 3/4 of the way down to your knee, and you have to have extra. They should make a pair of pants that are so big that you can put them all the way up, but it makes it look like you're not wearing pants. What about a pair of pants that have a pair of underwear stitched into them so it makes it look like you have your pants down by your knees? This way, it could be a new fashion trend. And it would be like they could call them, I don't know, underwear pants. And, you got to belt it up around your waist, but the rest of it's hanging all the way down your ass. And this way, you can have the fashion trend without actually being, insulting your parents when you go out.
Well,
I mean, they could call them below drawers or something.
so the first part of the show so far obviously is
Rampant.
it's very entertaining.
Absolutely, we're going from beer to underwear.
Folks are watching right now are saying, "Man, I wouldn't tune
trade
this
that
out
for anything."
I wouldn't tune this out if the house was on fire."
No, they'd be like going, "Hey, honey, we got to catch the last show before we get out of here."
Hey, can I have another beer?
Yes, another beer would be most apropos. We don't have very many of them, so we got to be very sparse in our. We only have 12, so we got to be very, very careful because, as you know, you and I are beer connoisseurs, so therefore we have to taste every little bit and make sure it's good swill.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything.
Don't.
People are like, "What the hell kind of show
Here,
is this?"
open. Yep. That's the way it goes, folks.
So this is a good time to talk about tonight's beer, which is Sam Adams limited release, limited whatever it is, Festive Bach
Winter
Lager. Festive Bach with spices.
Festive Bach. Does that mean in every single container there's Bach music?
A Bach beer is not exactly like a dark beer, but it's similar in some ways, where it's a little bit heavier. It's got a heavier malt, and I mean you can almost tell by the feel of
The
it.
bottle, the weight of the bottle, the material inside.
It's not a light beer by any means.
It's not a Corona. It's not a Stella.
Don't be pointing at things that the audience can't see.
Oh,
Stop. I've been trying to teach them.
you see this back here? This is the Raccoon. It does not.
A couple things.
drink beer.
Yeah, a couple things. We do have the Raccoon back there because
Well,
Thanksgiving.
because it is.
The Raccoon is.
The Raccoon is a traditional Thanksgiving type activity.
It's a reminder that not everybody is going to be able to afford turkey
Right.
this holiday season.
Therefore,
Raccoon. It's what's for dinner.
if you see a raccoon that's been run over on your road, what you have yourself here is Raccoon Soup.
Oh, this is good. Now, this is a lager, as I said. No, a Bock, which is a lager.
It's a Bock.
It's a festive Bock. With spices. So it's got orange peel. What else? Orange peel.
Orange peel?
Rich malt notes and accents of cinnamon, ginger, and orange peel.
How do you have orange peel? What happens to the rest of the orange?
And at the bottom of the little discourse, it recommends that you do it with a winter lager.
How many people have you known?
It's a festive Bock with spices.
How many people do you know do it with a winter lager?
Festive Bock, Tim. Are you enjoying this festive Bock?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Does this mean that the holiday season is upon us?
Yes, it is. Thanksgiving will be close by. A lovely friend, want to sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's run in the snow. We're riding on the asphalt trip to hell.
So, another thing is the rumors. We should talk about the rumors going around about YouTube.
Yeah,
And of course, I think mostly right now, they are just rumors on the conspiracy theory sites, but there's a lot of talk that unprofitable channels, which makes up the majority of YouTube.
Right, yeah, because there's all sorts of stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of shit. And some of it is very limited. Well, probably like our stuff is very limited in its appealableness.
Appeal in this?
Yeah, not everybody's going to look at it and see
the value
of it, see what great comedy it is, say
absolutely
what genius is. Well, I mean, I don't mean to be, pushy about it. Well, I'm not not pushy, but what's
conceited?
Conceited. Yeah, okay, arrogant, conceited. Those are good words.
Yes.
What was I saying? Oh, I don't mean to be conceited about it, but I mean, it's the Mike and Tim show. There's no other show like this on the internet, let alone YouTube. Some people are saying, well, there's the reason for that.
Not some people are saying that. Everybody's saying that.
Almost everybody. Everybody.
Of the 1% that are looking, I feel that 99.9% are actually saying that. And that's a good thing.
What was that one person kindly said about us? We were something pathetic.
Oh, we're below pathetic or
borderline pathetic.
We're like, well, thank you very much. At least someone's got an opinion.
So we thought, well, I mean, it was a step in the right direction. I thought we went from pathetic to borderline
pathetic, as opposed to,
hey, what's next?
You're done.
I mean, what is not quite as bad as pathetic?
Borderline pathetic.
Well, before below that.
Oh, below that? Absolutely pathetic.
No, because that's the other direction.
Oh, is it?
Better than slightly better than borderline pathetic.
Okay, well, anyway, we're trying.
Anyway, whatever it is,
we like it, and that's all there is to it.
We'll be called it.
Hey,
anyway,
this still talking beer, right?
Yeah, this is a good beer. Tim and I do recommend it. The green, of course, is becoming transparent here.
Yes,
but you get the
beer is
idea.
not, though.
No, the beer is not transparent. Look at that. You can see right through me because of this. See that?
Ooh, hey, look at that. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, the thing's
magic of television.
Right. What's the Black Friday? I understand that's now. How much of a big deal? Seeing as how we're not working retail anymore for the last eons of years. Remember the Black Friday?
Holy cow!
Oh my God! You have to show up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Or they wanted me to.
Yeah.
I never would.
Oh, I actually thought it was really exciting. I actually kind of enjoyed Black Friday. There was high energy. The store was all talking about. Everybody was like real super excited. Then after you're there at 5 o'clock in the morning and you leave at 8 o'clock that next following day, And then you're like, oh God, I hope we don't have to do that again.
Yeah, it's just horrendous.
And the people would show up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they're lined up waiting to get some stupid ass shit
that they really don't need. The latest Pokemon thing for their kid because they have to have the wind up cranky doll that farts. I mean, really?
Well, who would? I'd want it too. You know?
I mean,
fighting over that shit though, especially man, the people fighting over these stupid things. What is your fucking problem? Pathetic. And people call us pathetic.
Yeah, really.
Hey, let me tell anybody who's wondering. Neither one of us was in his line to go shopping at 6 o'clock, let alone 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 or 3 for that matter.
Waiting in any lines overnight. No, thank you.
Matter of fact, outside.
I don't remember the last time I've been to the mall.
I haven't been to the mall. I've gone to the mall because I had to. I went to the mall to buy like a gift card type thing, but I haven't been in the mall to do anything. Oh, another thing that's really interesting about the mall, especially around Black Friday, they get all these people at the food court wanting you to try their stuff. So you get a guy out there at the I don't know what the fried chicken emporium, and he's got little pieces of fried chicken on a stick, and he goes, try my chicken, try my chicken.
So I'll try your shit.
Well, no, the funny part about it is the only people doing it are the people selling like just the little chicken things. You don't see Nathan's hot dog out there with a guy at a stick holding out a hot dog going, here, try my hot dog. They don't do that kind of stuff.
They're trying to be different. You know, McDonald's doesn't give out little tiny mini burgers.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They probably will start doing it now because
everybody else is doing it, yeah.
Well, no, I was going to say because they heard me say it.
Yeah. On the other, how about fried rat? Yeah. Open up a store at the mall. They sell fried rat.
McVermin. I'll have a McVermin sandwich.
Yeah. Or how about another one where they sell cockroaches?
Rat or squirrel?
Oh, I like the cockroaches one. There used to be a store in the mall years ago. I worked there.
Cockroach relish on that McVermin.
And you go for your lunch break. You go in the back, and the cockroaches would run straight up into the freaking place. And everybody used to say, "Oh, what a great restaurant! Everything's so clean there." There's freaking roaches all over the goddamn place in the back. So what about a restaurant that just sells roaches? I mean, they're in the place already anyway. Get rid of the rest of the menu and just sell fried roach.
Well, the problem is you have to have something to attract them. So you at least have to have some kind of
burgers and roaches.
Yeah, burgers and roaches.
How about beer and roach?
Excuse me.
Have a roach and a beer.
Have a roach and a beer. Well, that could be misinterpreted as something else.
You
have to put some no smoking signs up in order to.
Yeah.
Or maybe both are allowed. Who knows?
Yeah, really.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with roaches necessarily, but
cockroaches.
There's this place.
How about cock, but no roach?
Down at the East Fishkill plant, the former IBM place. They got a lot of other businesses. They're renting out to try to
develop the business. Yeah.
And one of them is a brewery.
Oh, cool.
Whose name escapes me, but I have tried some of their beer, and it's called Juice. What the hell is it? Juice Bomb is one of the beers.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
And when you taste it,
it's called Sloop.
Sloop, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Sloop. I've been there, and it's actually in one of the old IBM buildings. I actually used to go bring machine, IT stuff to work on. I've been in this building before they redid it. Now, you walk down the hallway. Once you're inside there, it's a long hallway to the main area, and you can look through the windows. You can see they got huge stills that you can see, set up, brewing whatever it is they're making that day. And inside they have like a dining room, and you can get food and shit. And but I didn't do nothing. I just went up and I got myself a 6-pack of that Juice Bomb, and it was a how would I describe it? It was like an East Coast pale ale. It was a kind of a dry, bitter pale ale, but actually it wasn't that dry because it was very sweet. It had a lot of different hops in it, and they weren't all bitter hops. There was a lot of different hops, and it really did taste like there was some bit of juice in it, some kind of, a couple of drops of some kind of freaking juice that you couldn't place, but there wasn't. It was just hops, and it was really good. It's not something I would guzzle because it was kind of strong, and a little bitter, but it's it was very drinkable.
What's the alcohol content?
I don't remember exactly, but I think it was around 6.5. And this is what is this?
It's
This
5
is
and a
5
6?
and a half. 5 and a half.
All right, yeah.
IBU is 22. This thing was probably more like 58 or 60,
Ooh.
but not that bad.
Oh, well, hey, it's all right. I mean,
Maybe that's a little high.
we've had stuff that's been a lot higher than that. I mean, as far as that goes.
What we'll do is we'll go look it up. Why?
Yeah, might as well.
It's our big beer special.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we'll call it. Mike and Tim's big beer special.
special.
People are saying, why are you doing a big beer special on
Why
Thanksgiving?
not?
And that's what my wife asked me today. She said, but it's Thanksgiving coming up.
So,
I was like, well, people drink beer on Thanksgiving.
why not? Voila. Here we go.
So, yeah, and straight from Raccoon headquarters.
Right. Rocky Raccoon. Oh, how about that? Remember that? Was that? Oh, yeah, that was with Jackie Gleason in the Raccoon Lodge.
Some of the Little Rascals?
No, wasn't that Jackie Gleason and Ed Carney?
Oh, yeah.
They got to go to
honeymooners.
the honeymooners. Got to go to the Raccoon Lodge dinner or some deal. And
What am I doing now? I forgot what I was doing.
you're gonna go look up Sloop
It's all because of you.
Sloop Brewery.
You totally befuddled me.
Oh, go on. Befuddlement.
Befuddlage is what has occurred.
Befuddlement? Hey, when's the last time you were completely befuddled?
Just a moment ago.
Oh, they sell food.
Well, I just told you that.
Why don't they just sell beer?
Do pay attention, Tim. Now, look what I'm going to do here. We've got the website open behind us, and now we're going to turn the raccoon off.
All right. Turn the
This is
raccoon.
how-
There we go. All right. Yeah.
So here, of course, nobody can see.
Hey,
So now another big thing we're going to do is this.
isn't this interesting?
Isn't this interesting? Yes.
Handcrafted.
It certainly is interesting.
Great burgers. Do they make them out of hamburger? Or is it something else? Where do they come up with the name Sloop? What's everything come off some sort of boat?
I'm trying to make this smaller, but for some reason I'm having trouble. Yeah, keep talking.
All right, I will.
Oh, here we go.
I can see
I'm
them paddling.
fixing it now.
They're coming up the river.
Okay, here we are. See, now people can see.
Yeah, they're coming up the river on a sloop there, and
Here.
there we go. They're coming
Now we're up here.
Coming into East Fishkill. Hold on, Ray.
All right, so they do have a full-service restaurant and tasting room. It's the factory in East Fishkill.
Okay, they're serving up a handcrafted. Now, can you pronounce that?
Forza Forni fired pizza.
Yeah, what?
Exactly.
What do they do with this stuff anyway? They fry it?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
We are finding out.
How the hell do you fry a pizza?
Mike and Tim are finding out.
The factory.
Hey, what the hell?
Oh, they got some nice looking stuff there.
I just tried to search for that and it didn't work. Forza Fernerini.
Farini.
Forza Pizza. Let's see if we can find it this way. Forza Pizza.
Where's the pizzeria?
People are saying, man, these guys.
Found it. Oh, here we go.
Forza Forni.
Yep.
Mobile pizza oven. So they make pizza ovens.
All right, they make pizza ovens. All right, yeah.
It's like when somebody talks about a real brick pizza oven, maybe, for instance.
Yeah, you know what a real brick pizza oven is? You know what that is? They got a bunch of bricks on the outside, and they got an oven in the back, and well, they call it brick oven pizza.
So anyway,
yeah,
they have the pizza, the aforementioned pizza. There's a balloon floating down. Great burgers and more.
Oh, great burgers?
Now here is one of their beers right here, can release.
Make it nice.
Brewed with flaked oats, flaked wheat, and milk sugar. Pacific Northwest and New School German hops make this beer super fruit forward with notes of pineapple, melon, and white wine. And we tried extra hard with this one, apparently, this thing. So yeah, you can get their beers. They make a lot of seasonal and other things. They make a lot of stuff that's available. A lot.
Draft cocktails. All right, November 8th. Oh, here we go. Open waters. They must have something to
Hope
do
they're not
with
using the water coming in the ground down there.
Well, if they are, well, that's going to add a little bit of spice to your brew.
So here we go again now.
Don't worry, folks. The water that they use has been purified. They run it through some sort of other plant down there.
Here we are down in the corner now.
Yeah, what they do, they take formaldehyde and they filter it through formaldehyde to get everything else out. By the time it's ready to go, hey, you're fine. Not a problem.
So, like the website says, built on the shell of the former IBM semiconductor plant in East Fishkill.
There you go.
Sloop's brand new restaurant serves up handcrafted Forza-fired pizza, delicious burgers, and more.
Huh.
And of course, they've got beer. Well, they got a brewery.
Well, yeah.
And they've got free play arcade games. So they got all these cool arcade games from like the 80s, I guess. It seemed like most of them from the 80s or the 90s, some from the 70s. And they're all free.
Oh.
You know, it's just a cool attraction.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So,
anything to do it for the hell of it.
So, and here's the deal.
Right.
They're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're not open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
All right. Well, that's pretty cheap.
Well, it's a beer place. So let's look at the menu, Tim.
All
Let's
right.
have a look at this so-called menu of theirs. I was thinking I might go here on my birthday next month. Drag my wife to it.
Yeah.
They got crispy chicken. No, they got crispy ranch chickpeas. That's like roasted chickpeas. You know what chickpeas are?
Yeah, yeah. Is that all?
Garbanzo beans.
Yeah, but is that it?
That's
What do they do?
$3.
Come in a, like a container, I said at the bar?
I think they come with ranch dressing to dip them in.
Oh, sweet and salty peanuts. Spicy.
Hummus.
Oh, yeah, hummus.
So people who need their hummus, they know where to go get their
With
hummus.
tahini and toasted pita.
If I go there, I will not be getting any hummus.
I like hummus.
Um,
Caramelized, and that sounds hilarious. Caramelized leek dip. Leek dip. Hey, when's the last time you had caramelized leek dip? It sounds like,
Caramelized leek dip?
yeah, it sounds like something you pour in your right here.
Caramelized leek dip, aisle 4. Hey, can you tell me where you keep your caramelized leek dip, please? What happened here, Dan? I was hit by a caramelized leek dip. Oh, shit.
Wow! What happened? Oh, you should have seen the insurance I had to fill out on that one.
So anyway, moving along.
Caramelized leek. That sounds like something you pour in your radiator.
What it is it comes with cheddar, Swiss, melted leeks, and toasty bread. I didn't know you can melt leeks.
How the hell do you melt leeks?
I don't know.
What the hell do you do? Burn the shit out of them?
How do you melt a leek? We must be such hayseeds. We don't know how to melt a leek.
Yeah, when's the last time you went to a restaurant?
Melt a goat, but not melt a leek.
When's the last time you went to a diner and ordered melted leeks?
Yeah, it's like, yes, guys, I'll have a cheeseburger. You know what? I'm going to have some melted leeks. And a little Swiss cheese on the side.
I can see the waiter looking at you going, yeah, buddy, well, yeah, you're fucking nine. Melted leeks. That's like saying, hi, I'd like some melted carrots, please. What do? Take all the water out of them? Either that, they freeze them first, drop them out of your plate, heat them up, and then they melt.
I don't know. I mean, it makes no sense. Melted leeks. What the hell's a melted leek?
Look that up.
All right, we're going to have to look this shit up.
Melted
Mike and
leek.
Tim, because we care about our audience. You know,
Melted
we're
leeks.
not going to let this go. We're going to find out how to make melted leeks. Melted leeks with blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but just melted leeks themselves, that's it.
Cut the leeks into slices, place them in a bowl of cold water, agitate to remove any excess sand. Oh, that's a good tip. Let them dry, melt butter over it. Oh, so.
Well, you're not really melting the leeks.
Yeah, you're melting butter.
Yeah.
You wilt them and then you melt butter.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
They're not melted.
You fucking pussies. All right, so you know what? When I go there, I will not be getting any melted leeks either.
That's like going to a McDonald's and saying, hi, I'd like all the grease out of this hamburger completely, please. So it's tasteless.
You know what I'm going to do? When I go there, I say, what would you like? Well, let me first tell you what I'm not going to get, okay? I am not getting any melted leeks.
Wait a minute. I want some melted leeks without the butter. I want them actually melted, which basically means I want them a lot smaller than they started out to be. If you get a leek that's a foot and a half across, I want to see all the water out of it, and I want to see how small you can actually make it so I can fit it in my stomach and take it home with me.
So here's their burger menu. They got the American cheese, lettuce, tomato, red onion, ketchup, mustard, and house juice bomb pickles. So apparently they They like
They take their pickles and they stick them into
the beer.
the beer. Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Good idea.
And then they have the Sloop Burger with caramelized onions. No mention of leeks, though, thank God.
Yeah,
House-made pimento cheese and juice bomb pickles.
with peanut butter.
Now, the next one, yes. The peanut butter bacon burger with peanut butter, bacon, and onion marmalade. Aged cheddar cheese and house juice bomb pickles.
No modification.
No modification. So apparently you've got to take the peanut butter and the bacon and onion marmalade.
Well, actually, what they do there, they have aged cheddar cheese. You know what that means?
Yeah,
They-
we were laying around for a while.
They ask you on this one whether you want the mold with it first. They take the block of cheese, they dump it in front of you, they go, would you like the mold on the top first, sir, or would you like the first slice underneath?
Well, somebody asked me how I like it. I'm going to say, not moldy. Oh, no, handcrafted pizza.
Oh.
Caputo Napoli Italian flour and quality local ingredients. Hand tossed in an authentic Forza Forni oven.
Forni. Why the hell did you just stick the damn thing in an oven?
It strikes me as an Italian manufacturer.
Oh, it's great for tables. Why? Does that mean they dump it on your table for you and you don't need to worry about plates?
Apparently, it's great for sharing.
Oh.
But
Why? So you chew it first and then give it to somebody else?
presumably, you can still eat the whole thing yourself if you want to.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think it has to be shared.
Yes.
So they got the margarita, the blanca,
Yeah.
the eggplant, Hawaii 5-0,
Really? Does that say book it down?
onion and pineapple, and
Yeah, remember. What's that? Moratella?
pepperoni man. And they got the spicy San Marzano tomato sauce, man. House cheese blend, diced hot cherry peppers, and crumbled house-made hot Italian sausage. It's got
Crumbled.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Well, it means to crumble. You know, it's got to be like dried up a little bit or cooked dry, and then you crumble it. Crumbly.
And then you pack it.
No, I think it's crumbled over the pizza.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh,
like-
this is pizza you're talking about.
Well, yeah. What did
Oh.
you think I was talking
I don't
about?
know what the hell's going on here.
Let's come on, Tim.
What's that? The Mardella. That's the one on the bottom there.
Mortadella.
Mortadella. Yeah.
Mortadella.
Hi, I'd like a mortadella, please.
Mortadella is a sort of a type of ham.
What the? How about
It's a
Right,
certain
have
type
the
of cut,
birthday.
and they do things with it.
fresh mozzarella, mortadella?
Havarti, that's cheese.
Yes. And then we've got pistachios and pickled onions.
Well, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then they got tacos, served individually on a corn tortilla.
Oh,
They got coffee rubbed brisket.
What?
Apparently, it's coffee rubbed brisket.
What's that? What's that? Coffee ice cream on that one?
Fucking no. Red onion, tomatillo, cilantro, cotija cheese,
Yes.
and salsa del what the hell?
Del
Arbol.
Arbol.
And they got shrimp tacos. And they got
Black tiger shrimp.
here's something. They got crispy cauliflower. Would you like to try some crispy cauliflower?
Yeah, when's the last time you had crispy cauliflower?
You know what? I'm going to see if I'm relaxed enough to play the flute. All right.
Yeah,
everybody-
look at the other one. The bottom, they have other stuff.
Other stuff.
What's that? The crap that nobody wants?
Well, they've got the mother clucker.
Mother clucker?
Mother clucker.
What's that? Dead chicken? They put a chicken up on top of the, what's it called? Crispy chicken grind, battered. Oh, they got a battered chicken.
They got battered.
Yeah, battered.
Apparently, the chicken gets beat up or something. You know, somebody beats it up with
You know what the best part about that is? That's the cheaper chicken. They take the old ones, they batter them up, and then they're on the way out anyway. And then you get it better that way.
Oh, look, and it comes with a juice bomb pickle.
Oh, juice
They're
bomb
really
pickle.
pushing these juice bomb pickles.
Yeah, they probably got a big vat of that stuff. They drop all the pickles in there.
They save money on pickling juice. They
Yes,
don't,
exactly.
they don't
What's
need it.
that? Bristol brisket.
Pretty smart.
Brisket
Brisket
ball.
rice bowl. Slow roasted brisket. Jasmine rice.
Rice.
Spicy kimchi. You know what that is,
Yeah,
right?
kimchi. Yeah. Cabbage.
Cabbage.
Cilantro, scallions, soft-boiled egg.
It's fermented cabbage, I think.
Yes. Korean barbecue sauce.
Okay, so then
That was
we've got
exciting.
the charred broccoli,
Oh man, how do you do
watermelon, radish,
that? How do you char your broccoli?
dried cranberries, oven roasted peppers, pumpkin seeds, feta cheese, and lemon vinaigrette.
What do you do? I'm still stuck on that charred broccoli. What do you do? Get ahead of it and run it through like some sort of like they got like a flame on the top.
I think it's thrown in the fire for a while, and then you take it out once it's charged. Well, I guess. Well, that's the thing is singed less than charred, or is charred? I think charred is more than singed. Singe is a little singe. If you're singed or you're something singed,
Yeah, you burned your hair.
But a slight burn.
Right.
Charred means
It's black.
It's been cooked up good. Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, but what the hell is left over?
So before you can get to charred, you got to singe.
Right.
Charred is outrageous singeing.
Hey, what if you just came in there and said, "Hi, I'd like singed broccoli, please. I don't want the charred."
Ask them if they can singe it instead of charring it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know. It depends on how they char the broccoli.
Oh, there's Porky's Revenge. These people must be from the 80s.
House pulled pork with mustard vinegar barbecue sauce and bacon Brussels sprout slaw on a toasted potato bun.
Oh, there we go.
Bacon Brussels sprout slaw. Bacon Brussels sprout slaw.
Bacon, Brussels sprout and slaw.
Why does anyone need Brussels sprout slaw? I mean, what's wrong with the regular coleslaw?
You know what they do with that Porky's Revenge? Remember that scene from Porky's Revenge where the woman's talking about identifying the offending prick in the gym scene?
I kind of remember it.
You know, they got Mrs. Ballbreaker there in the principal's office, and we're going to have a showing. We're going to have a lineup of all the pricks, and they're all the guys sitting there all cracking up. Well, I imagine you get a receipt on that to go to the movies.
Yeah.
You get your house pulled pork.
So they got more shit here. They got black beans, piccolo peppers.
What's that say? Quinoa blend?
Quinoa.
Quinoa
Is a kind of
blend.
Well, it's a kind of it's like a quinoa is like a wheat, or a grain, or like what's that stuff that's granola? Oh, granola. It's different than granola, but it's similar to granola.
Oh, the pita.
I think. Let's find out what
Yeah.
Google says, because this is good for the kids that are watching.
Oh, that's not bad.
Quinoa is a whole grain that is rapidly growing in popularity due to its many health benefits. Although people can cook and eat quinoa seeds in a similar way to most grains, the plant itself is more similar to beetroots and spinach. And it's a very nutritious
Hey,
plant.
you see this? Drop that down just about. No, up the top. It says, people can eat both the seeds and leaves. They're a nutritional plant. Well, gee, that's good. And otherwise, it wouldn't be up there.
So, quinoa, anyway, it doesn't say how much, but it says a certain amount of quinoa, per 100 grams, equals 367 calories. That's pretty good energy for the hiker.
Yes.
14 grams of protein, 4.6 grams of iron, potassium, magnesium. Those commercialized types are white, red, and black quinoa. That's from the Huff Post.
Oh, the Huff Post.
Down here we have the famous garbanzo beans, now called chickpeas.
Yes. What the hell's that thing in the middle there? It looks like some sort of insect.
That's something that looks like a plant, but when you go to pick it, it bites you. It's called amaranth. Don't touch it. Don't go near it.
Yes, anyway.
That
shit.
Actually, we just made that part up.
Okay. Then, we got the Dan
noodles.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who the hell knows? Oh, so they got broccoli slaw. Again, What's wrong with coleslaw? Shredded broccoli with pumpkin seeds, dried cranberries, turmeric, pickled onions, and lemon aioli oil.
Whatever the hell that is.
That's that oil. It's the aioli oil.
Oh, they got wait a minute. They got a new one here. Crispy fries. I wonder what that is.
Crispy fries. Where?
Served with
sriracha.
Sriracha. That sounds like something you don't want to get.
No, it's a pepper. It's a hot pepper. Served with sriracha ketchup and piccolo pepper aioli oil. IPA mustard dressing.
Scallions.
Red onions, capers, egg, and fresh parsley. That's the potato salad.
Yep.
There is apparently potatoes in it somewhere.
Oh, then you get more normal. A side of greens.
With a citrus honey vinaigrette. And then kids can get something that actually is pronounceable.
Plain with cheese burger. Anyway.
This Sloop cheesecake sounds pretty good. Graham cracker crumble and rum pineapple on a vanilla bean cheesecake. You know what? If I go there for my birthday, we may just have to test that out.
Yeah, I would.
Just make sure it's okay for the kids to eat.
Anyway.
Trying to help out. But let's, we took a long time on that.
That's pretty cool.
Let's go take a look at the beer.
Oh.
Shan't we?
We shall. Sloop beers.
See, they're carefully crafted and refined. Now, we probably tell people they're not paying us to do this. Don't get us wrong. This is not a
thing.
This is not a quid pro quo kind of a thing. Okay. You can always swing by. It's a little Juice Bomb. It's their Juicy Hazy flagship IPA. Low bitterness and late hopping showcase the citrusy, juicy notes of American hops. A blast of tropical aroma is followed by a resiny and balanced flavor. Definitely has that resininess to it.
Juice Bomb features all the aspects and nuances of a full hop flavor, not just bitterness. Hey, well, that's actually pretty cool because a lot of the IPAs are just bitter.
Yes. Yeah, and it's not bad. I remember trying to find the international bitterness, rating,
quality,
and I couldn't find it on there. But it's not as bitter as one might think it would be. Although northeastern pale ales are purposely not as bitter as the India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale, because when you were in India in the service of the royal whatever, you would have to get your IPA shipped.
Indeed. So look at this, a dry hopped sour. The conflict of flavors in this dry hop sour ale create a truly unique beer. House lactic culture, so they make their own, everything pretty much.
Where do they get their hops from?
Well,
that brewed right in the back of their place there.
They have a huge they got a huge silo outside the place. I don't know if that's got hops or something in it or what. And here's another one, super soft.
Oh.
No boil hops and the finish that lands on the palate like a ton of feathers. Pungent tropical fruit and citrus with flavor notes of red grapefruit, ripe papaya, and hints of black tea. Crafted to crush.
Yeah, I don't particularly like beer in cans anymore.
One thing I don't like is the little teddy bear thing on there. I mean, we don't need kids drinking this shit. But really, that sounds pretty cool.
Super soft, that's why. The can feels comfortable when you hold it.
Now, these are some of the different hop varietals. Hazy, juicy, real hop flavor.
Anyway.
Brewed once or twice a month. And then they got the holiday IPAs. Hops, yeast, barley, and water come together to make beautiful IPAs. No nutmeg, no coriander, no pine trees, just real beer. That's spruce is a flavoring that is sometimes used in certain craft beers.
Spruce?
That's why they probably mentioned pine.
No pine trees. Well, anyway, let's move on.
What do you mean, let's move on? It's the beer show, Tim. It's Mike and Tim's big beer show.
Well, yeah, but we're already drinking.
Double plus. Wow. 8% alcohol by volume.
Oh, yeah.
Half baked. This is interesting. Brewed with milk sugar and malted oats for a silky smooth, deep-bodied stout. You might like that.
Oh, available in cans and on draft on a limited basis.
Toasted coconut and oatmeal.
Well, supplies.
Something like a cookie. Sour peach.
Yeah, brother.
Made with real grape juice.
Oh, seasonally high ABV.
Sessionable.
Oh, sessionable.
Sessionable meaning you could drink
right
a number of them. Yeah.
Right.
Limited.
Oh, this one's good. They've got a disco on that one, so I could drink that beer.
And then they got some classic ones.
Yeah.
Hoppy Pills, Sloop Lager, and something else or other.
Well,
so it's a strange
brew.
It's worth checking out if you're in the area.
Yeah, it's not bad. They got a good thing. You can visit them. It's great. It looks good. It's a new business. It helps bring money back to the community, and we're certainly happy that they're here. So,
okay,
not bad beer.
You say so.
I think it's a great idea. It helps move that economy along.
So they have hats too, and tees.
Oh, very good.
Hats and tees. Get your hats and tees. So, lest anyone forget, this is, of course, the amazingly hilarious, highly comedic Mike and Tim show.
And if you forgot that, well, then you're not playing very well. Now, here's a picture we have up here of people having to get some crap at the season.
Black Friday disasters. Walmart trampling. This poor guy got killed at Walmart because he wanted to get somebody a present.
Jeez.
It's terrible. Oh, this is the guy who worked at the store. He got trampled. Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't even waiting in line with the rest of the dingbats. They're shooting at Toys R Us. Collapsed man ignored because, hey, you got to get the last fucking whatchamacallit ballot.
The guy went unnoticed. Oh, they're people in a hurry.
They swarmed around him and stepped over him, ignoring him.
Jeez.
That is sick.
Yeah, it is.
Crowd injures teenage girl.
Nothing like that.
Knocked down and trampled by shoppers in a rush to catch a sale on electronic items. You know, some people say, oh, well, you know, they really should not have these openings like this and encourage this kind of behavior. But really, what is wrong with these fucking people? Are they just animals?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they got to get this $45 item that normally sells for $300. To top that all off, they only have 10 of them. You know, it's really disgusting. You know.
Walmart parking lot shooting, pepper spray madness.
That gets rid of the crowd. Anyway, no, that's not so fun.
So we wanted to. We're going to come back and take a look here at the some of the 25 worst tasting beers in America. But before we do that, what we're going to do,
we're going to play a riff.
Is we're going to take a break and play one of our bits, our great bits that everybody loves. We're probably going to have to. I'm probably going to have to drink some more of this beer.
I would. It's a good idea. You know, it's interesting. You know, what's interesting about the Thanksgiving season is how much there's no Thanksgiving stuff up. Have you gone to the store and seen much Thanksgiving stuff? Everything out there is all about Christmas already.
Yeah, well, nobody buys that presents for Thanksgiving. So
no.
If people bought presents for Thanksgiving, they'd have the Thanksgiving stuff up after the 4th of July.
Right, exactly, yeah. But here's what they're buying now. Just think about this. Right. 2 weeks before Christmas, they're buying spring clothes. That's the way it works. Throw all that Christmas shit out and get your Christmas stuff 2 weeks before Christmas because it's going to start going on sale after Christmas. That's what's going on. I don't know if anybody understands that, but that's my mentality. I don't buy anything for Christmas. I buy shorts for May because they're on sale in January. Just think about it. Why? Get rid of all that Christmas shit. Throw the tree out. Shoot Santa Claus, whatever the hell the situation is. Get rid of the old bastard. Go to the store, buy your bikini or whatever it is, buy your shorts, because, well, that's what you're going to do.
All right, so having said that,
we're going to move on to some particular show that we did.
I believe this is Detective Dick. So this is fun. You're going to enjoy this. If you sat through this stuff.
Sat for the beer? Hey, you'll enjoy Detective Dick.
You're going to enjoy this. So we're going to come back and talk about more beer-type things.
Because it is good.
Tim Show.
It's a great thing to have, and it helps relax you. And then in the end,
from Hollywood.
Cold, snowy day in November. The icicles were hanging off the outside windowsill like the death of tormented winter bums hanging around in the corner store. Yes, I opened up the detective agency early this morning. It was quiet. I was playing with a knife. Suddenly, a knock on the door. I thought to myself, quiet. Suddenly, the door swung open, and in walked the most gorgeous dame I've seen all day.
Mr. Dick, I presume?
That's Detective Dick, ma'am. Detective Dick Richards, ma'am. Come on in and have a seat, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you, Detective.
What brings a hot bird like you on a cold day like this?
Pardon me?
Sorry, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I'm being stalked by a mysterious stranger.
Have a seat, ma'am, and we'll discuss the case. She sat down in front of me and crossed her legs, and I went cross-eyed.
There's a mysterious stranger threatening my life, Detective Dick.
What's the circumstances, ma'am?
Well, my husband has just recently passed away after returning from a trip to South America where he came into a large fortune.
What kind of money are we talking about?
Gold.
Bullion? Do you have it at home? Or is it in the bank?
No, he buried it somewhere, and someone thinks I know where it is.
Well, sister, that's a cute story. We're going to have to get to the bottom of this. What kind of a mind game did she think I was playing? I thought to myself. All right, miss, how much money are we talking about here?
500 million in gold.
500 million? That's a lot of cash. You could buy a lot of fancy clothes with that.
What are you trying to say?
And
Are you going to protect me from the men in black or not?
so that's what the bad guys are wearing today? Men in black, eh?
Yes, men in black.
All right, sister, you better tell me all about it.
Well, just the other day, I received a very strange letter from my husband, which is strange because he's been dead for 2 months. And in it, he told me that he buried the gold in a certain place, and he left clues around the house to reveal the location of the gold. But I have not yet found any of them. Here's the letter right here.
What kind of clues are we talking about?
Suddenly, before she could answer, the lights went out and the phone rang.
Dick Richards, Private Eye, how can I help you?
The voice on the phone was hideous.
Detective Richards?
That's what I said. What can I do for you?
Yeah, Detective, this is Colonel Eva Braun, and I am looking for a woman.
Sure, buddy, aren't we all?
Detective, you may have noticed that your lights have gone out.
Yeah, so what?
Pay very close attention, Detective. The woman in your office carries certain secrets my associates and I are anxious to retrieve. There would be a substantial monetary reward for you if you were to keep her occupied until we can get there to retrieve her.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a dirty deal to me.
Mr. Dick, I can assure you that the reward will be substantial, but let me also assure you that failure to cooperate will result in your immediate demise. I will call you back in 1 minute.
I hung up the phone and sprang into action.
Oh, Detective, what's going on? What's going on?
Come on, sister. I'll protect you. Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh,
I grabbed her by the arm, threw open the door, and ran down the back stairs.
oh, is it the man in black? Is it the man in black?
That's right, dollface. Let's get out of here. I threw open the door, and 3 guys with machine guns blocked our path.
Detective Dick Richards. I am Colonel Von Braun. Thank you for delivering the young lady into our arms.
What's this?
What? I never.
Come now, Detective. My men are surrounding you. You have no chance of escaping.
Detective, save me.
Well, dollface, it looks like the cards are stacked against me. Sorry. What are you going to do with her, Von Braun?
We're going to extract the information and the clues from her as to the location of the hidden gold.
I don't know where there's any hidden gold. I don't know where there's any.
Yes, hidden in her subconscious are the clues, and we will administer the chemicals and the practices necessary to retrieve the information.
You vicious, unscrupulous, gold-hungry snap.
No, you bastards. Keep your hands off me.
Sorry, dollface. See you later.
Oh, no, help, no, please. No, Detective, help me.
Find out what happens next. Don't forget to tune in next week to the next nail-biting episode of Detective Dick Richards, Gumshoe Crime Fighter.
Hi,
But first, a word from your announcer.
this is Damien Snod. I play a lawyer on TV, but I'm not really one. When I need legal advice, I talk to Freakum, Long Tongue, Rudefish, and Goldstein. Remember, folks, the next time you get picked up for child pornography, it's Freakum, Long Tongue, Rudefish, and Goldstein. So remember, friends, when you have...
We're back. Is that correct?
We are now back,
We're-
and
That's right. We have a new sponsor for the show.
it's Raccoon
Yeah. No, it's Dick's Hand Cream.
Dick's Hand Cream.
Yeah, Dick's Hand Cream. Out here out west, when I'm tweeting those tweets with my hands, and I'm milking my cows, my 500 cows, Dick's Hand Cream goes on smooth, lasts for a while. Get Dick's where you need it, because you never know when your hands might be rough.
Dick's where you need them. Sorry, that's just pretty funny.
That's right. Me and my wife both use Dick's Hand Cream. I don't know about you. Trying to get our children to use that too, so they don't have rough hands when they go to school. So my kids have been using it. Everybody, my little dear Maple there, and my son Dick Senior, Dick Junior. So the kids at school just call him Smooth. That's right. smooth it out smooth, and you got yourself one big dick.
Okay, so let's get on with
the Dick's Beer store too.
What we're going to do now is look at some of the 25 worst tasting beers as compiled by
somebody.
Samuel Stebbins from 247wallstreet.com. So apparently,
yeah, but what? This really doesn't make any sense. The worst tasting beers are O'Doul's.
Well, Stan is obviously
you might have some
connoisseur, and we need to respect his opinion.
Right? Yeah, but the trouble is he may have some issues with consumption.
Well, the thing is, O'Doul's isn't really a beer, is it?
I mean it's there is no. It's like 2.3 beer. It doesn't exist anymore.
Less than that.
Oh, then it ain't even that.
0.5%. You'd have to drink
10 of them.
Yeah, you'd have to drink like 10 of them to really feel anything.
Get any buzz. So
you probably have a headache by that time.
Now, what you do is you drink so much of them, you have your liver on shutdown, so it passes right on through and it's on its way out.
Premium extra smooth. You know what this shit tastes like? You ever taste this crap?
No.
It tastes like somebody took some grass clippings, stuck them in a bottle, and then poured some water in and put a cap on, and then just left it sit in the sun for a couple days.
Oh, jeez.
And then they strained the grass out and handed it to you with a smile and said, "Here you go."
And it costs money to buy. Basically, it probably costs more money for the glass and bottles than it does for the water actually inside.
Oh, unfortunately, it's cold aged. I'm sure that's helpful.
Yeah, because if it's hot aged, it would taste awful.
I believe technically you still have to be, 19, 21, depending where you live.
Really?
To buy it, yeah. Because it does have alcohol in it.
That blows.
And because they don't want kids to get used to it.
Yeah, alcohol content, less than 1%.
But really, if you've ever tasted this shit, chances are pretty good you're not going to want to get used to it. And it doesn't taste anything like real beer anyway, so it's not going to, it probably not going to help.
You know these vaping problems they're having with all that stuff? What if you vaped this crap?
I don't know.
You know, they call it O'Doul's vaping. I mean, it would be much better than this crap that they're vaping that's killing everybody.
Oh, by the way, for any kids out there who are thinking, "Oh man, I can get some O'Doul's and get a little buzz of it," I'll taste what real beer tastes like. No, you won't. Don't bother with this shit.
It's not worth your aggravation.
It's not. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
it is the worst.
Okay,
here's another one.
Miller Lite's not bad.
Yeah, now this is one of the beers that was around when there was only a few beers around.
Right, exactly.
No, I mean back in the 70s.
No, Miller. If you just got regular Miller.
How many beers were available on the northeast coast of the country, would you say, in the mid-70s?
Not a hell.
Average.
Not a
hell. You had Budweiser, you had Miller. And then you had Miller Lite, or what they call just light beer.
PBRs.
You had Pabst Blue Ribbon, right? You had Rheingold.
Rheingold.
You had, was it Ballantine?
Yeah, Ballantine.
Ballantine.
Out of New York City.
There was
Rheingold.
There was Jenny.
Jenny Cream Ale.
Genesee.
Yep.
Out of New York.
Yeah, Jenny. Yeah.
Rochester, maybe? Somewhere around there.
Matt's Brewing Company out of... that's where Jenny Cream Ale came from. Yes.
Oh, and what else? There was Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock out of Pennsylvania.
But that was fairly local to Pennsylvania.
Right, yeah.
So you didn't see it in the store around here. Was Molson around in the 70s?
Molson's from Canada.
Yeah, but that
was distributorship from Canada.
Well, but was it an import available at the time?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think that started showing up until
a little later on.
Yeah, like early 80s. You started seeing that in the stores.
Heineken was from Canada. Heineken is from Holland, so that's an import.
And that wasn't around in the 70s either. I don't think not in average stores around here.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and there was Schlitz.
Oh yeah.
Schlitz.
Yeah. They used to call it shits.
Schlitz was another beer. Schlitz, Rheingold, Ballantine. Yeah, those were some of the old time beers, and that's what. And most of them, not that they necessarily tasted the same, but they're all very similar types of beers.
Except
I mean, there was no box and no IPAs.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
you didn't see any of that shit. Even the first non-American beers, they became popular, like Heineken, like
Yeah, because they import them.
Molson. What was the other one? Not Grolsch, but the one that has the foil on the top of the bottle. Beck's.
Yeah, Beck's.
They were all standard European lagers. You know, they weren't really like craft beers per se. You didn't really see any craft beers take hold in a big way until Sam Adams.
Yep, Sam Adams.
Well, I mean, also Seattle Brewing Company.
Yeah, smaller brews, localized stuff you wouldn't see anywhere else.
Yeah,
probably had their own stuff. But Sam Adams, 1983, that was a big deal.
But what I mean is, besides Sam Adams back then, even the European beers people were seeing, they were all pretty similar to each other, just like all the American beers were similar to each other. There was no real craft beer recipes.
Right.
You know? You didn't see anything. You didn't even see Sam Adams really with.
It was Boston Lager. That's the first one they had.
Boston
and that was
Lager, and that was it for a while.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything with coriander.
Yeah, with fruity type stuff.
Matter of fact, one of the first ones they came out with was, I think, Old Fezziwig.
Yeah, that was good.
And
that was
a classic.
Christmas beer.
Christmas beer, Old Fezziwig, and you can still get it sometimes in a variety pack.
Yeah, right.
If you get lucky, you might get 2 bottles.
Yeah.
It's really good if you like nutmeg and all that coriander and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Dickalacker.
Yeah, it's really well made. And
then.
So that was it for beer back then. And
oh, wait a minute.
Again,
we used to have this other stuff, Black Label or something like that.
Oh, now here.
Labatt's Blue ain't bad.
Yeah, Labatt's is a Canadian beer,
yes,
which
exactly.
isn't bad.
That's a light.
I don't really like light beers myself, but
Labatt's is a good
bad.
Labatt's is great.
4% alcohol.
Well, that's because it's a light beer.
Oh, here's the aforementioned Red Dog.
All right, yep.
Here's the old 30-pack, which is what some of you budget-minded folks will be wanting to take advantage of.
Miller Brewing Company.
Yeah.
See, this one probably came out afterwards. You know what?
Made by Miller. You know, I used to hear, I don't know if it's true or not, a rumor that Miller beer is able to be put in a clear bottle because they add a bit of formaldehyde to it.
Well, that makes it last longer.
That's a little creepy. 5% alcohol. I didn't know that. American Adjunct Lager. You know, that means they add some other shit.
Well, keep going. I mean, this guy's got the worst tasting stuff, so what's his problem anyway?
Oh, here's King Cobra. Premium malt liquor. 6% alcohol.
Anheuser-Busch again. You know, a lot of these major
liquors like Colt 45.
Yeah, a lot of these major companies are all making you know, other stuff. And you think it's an independent company, well, come to find out it's Miller's making it. And
they're not bad, you know, but they're better to drink out of a glass. You know, you got to drink that with
water.
No, I mean with some panache, some pizzazz. You can't sit in front of the TV watching reruns of Saturday Night Live, sucking out of a malt liquor can. You know what I mean?
It doesn't work right.
You have to have a glass.
I personally like beers out of a bottle. You know, I mean, that's just kind of the way I am. Beers out of cans.
Now, apparently, whoever did this does not like Corona either.
Yeah. Corona's great. The smooth
Corona,
beer.
of course, also Corona is pretty light on the alcohol.
It's not bad.
You can drink a couple of those. Well, I mean, how do I know anybody could drink? You know, people say things like, "Oh, you can drink a couple of those." How the hell do I know?
Shit.
Maybe you shouldn't be drinking any of them. But in any case, and I kind of like, if I'm at home, I'm unlikely to be looking for a lime to slice and put in there.
Yeah, you know what?
At the bar, I like when they do that.
Yeah, but what's the point of having the lime in there anyway? First off,
add some lime flavor.
Yeah, but here's the deal about that with me.
Oh, what is the deal?
You got to make the lime small enough so you can shove it down the damn bottle.
It does need to be sliced, but limes are squishy.
Yeah, but here's the whole point about that. You get the lime inside the damn bottle, and then what it does, it prevents you from drinking the beer. Because the lime floats up to the top. Therefore, you're actually having trouble drinking the beer because the lime's getting in the way of the actual beer itself.
Maybe it makes you drink a little slower, which prevents...
What if you had lime juice in a bottle, so they hand you a small bottle of lime juice with your beer.
Oh, and you
pour it in there, you sort of shake it around a little bit, And then it's so much easier than having this squishy old lime crap.
Well,
And it's cheaper in the long run for the bars anyway.
there's nothing like the the real thing,
Well,
if you ask me.
no, I like that. I'm much more familiar and much more happy with actually having a bottle of lime juice that you can put in there, and everybody gets the equal amount. Then you don't have to have the old sticky fingers with the lime.
4.6% alcohol.
It's not bad. I like it. Oh, this one I agree. This stuff is just, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had this.
I have.
Well,
Years
how
back.
would you describe the overall savoir-faire of this particular brew?
Suave fare this is drink and then go quickly to the loo, the Johnny, or the toilet.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I
So-
just didn't like it.
Tim thinks
Old
that this
English?
Old English,
Why
But
do they
it's a-
call it Old English? They might as well call it Old Swill.
and it's an American malt liquor. So
Oh,
what's Old
this-
English about it?
Ugh.
Maybe the taste or
Oh,
something.
the taste was
Does it
just
taste
horrid.
like Old English? What does that mean? Like moldy stuff from England that's been laying around?
Yeah, they dug this up. I mean, where did they get the compounded recipe for this stuff anyway?
And where does the 800 come from? You know, I always wonder about shit like that.
Yeah,
Is it 8 times more than something, or
no, it's 8 times cheap from real
What?
stuff.
what the hell does it mean? 800? Did they find the recipe under an 800 number? Do they have an 800 number you can call and tell them how awful their beer tastes?
Yeah, beer tastes like crap. You know, yeah, on most bottles and stuff, they have, call the company if you have any problem with it or you want your money back. You call them up after buying a 6-pack of that and you go, yeah, hi, I'm currently in the bathroom here. I've been here for the last 3 days. I drank a 6-pack of this crap and I've been shitting my brains out for a month. So, yeah.
And look who makes it.
Yeah, Miller Brewing Company.
Interesting.
It's really interesting to find out about this stuff, too. Oh, there
Now-
you go again.
This is interesting.
Yeah, Anheuser-Busch.
Beer with bite from Anheuser-Busch. Alcohol content 8%. Wild Blue. Fruit vegetable beer. Does that mean it's made with fruits and or vegetables, or it goes good with fruits and or
No,
vegetables?
what that means is they actually took a whole lot of different fruits and crushed it into the bottom and added to the beer, I think.
You notice it doesn't really even tell you either. Just like, yep,
Yeah.
that's,
Oh, by the way, this
that's
is
the deal. 8% alcohol,
Yeah, that means that you can't taste how bad it is.
perhaps.
Now,
Or after a couple.
I've heard about this stuff. I haven't tried it. Budweiser Select.
So that I think that's supposed to mean that they use better quality hops and
As
yeast.
opposed to rice.
It's all select, Or yeah, maybe they've stopped using rice.
I mean, why don't they just make sake? I mean, that would be fine. They could call it Budweiser sake because they're making it out of rice anyway.
So anyway, it's 4.3% alcohol, and it is what it is. Budweiser Select, a light lager.
Bud Ice.
Here is probably, and actually this one has got more alcohol in it, but this, of course, is the old Bud Ice.
Yeah, but you notice most of these are all made by Budweiser.
Same 2 or 3 companies. Yeah.
Busch Beer.
Busch Beer.
Made by Budweiser.
Clear and bright as mountain air. How about that shit? It's
Clear
a
and
product
bright
of
as
the
mountain
U.S.
air.
4.3% alcohol. Busch.
Milwaukee's best.
Is it really Milwaukee's best?
Miller Brewing Company again. What do they own all these freaking places? They apparently do.
Milwaukee's best light. It merits its own entry in the worst tasting beers. Excuse me. 4.2%.
Oh, here you go. Keystone Ice from Coors Brewing Company. Keystone sounds like something out of Pennsylvania.
12 stones. Really? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, this come from Scotland.
12
Christ.
stones? Is it 12 cans is now 12 stones?
Yeah, that means you get 12 kidney stones from drinking the damn stuff.
5.9% alcohol content. So if you're trying to get drunk, you probably want to avoid the 4-point and go with the 5-point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keystone Ice, because
It's colder.
the cover of the picture looks cool. Oh, Miller 64.
Why? Does that mean this stuff was brewed in 1964?
I wonder, doesn't it? Because I was born in 64, so I'm kind of partial to that. But I don't really want a beer that's been laying. You know, these people, we found beer that's 200 years old. No, I don't want to taste that. It probably tastes like shit. Remember that one where they were talking about the ancient beer recipe? They were making this stuff and it tasted like crap. You know, and my point was, the time, and I think it's a good one, is that there's so many great beers out there that nobody really needs to try that and see if it sucked or not.
Yeah, wait a minute, though. Some of those old recipes were actually pretty good. And the people that were actually making those things years ago weren't bad. But some of the stuff, there's meads. There were a lot of meads, and that's all it was.
Indeed.
There were honey.
Indeeds for the
honey,
meads.
a lot of meads. And that for the times, that worked out great. So maybe there was different taste years ago, a couple thousand years ago. You'd have different meads, and some of it was crap and some of it was good.
Take a look at the alcohol content on this Miller 64. That's pretty low.
Yeah, it is.
2.8. Which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, certainly, because...
Well, it was probably brewed in 64.
You know, because sometimes the alcohol content, when it gets above 6, you can really taste the bite of the alcohol.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And it does change the flavor of the beer, certainly.
Yeah, because look at this stuff here.
64.
Why don't they call it 46?
I don't know. Why would they call it 46?
Because the alcohol content's so low.
Why don't they call it 28, maybe?
Oh, Coors Light's not bad.
4.2%.
And it's
a light lager.
And it's Coors Brewing Company. Now, what is this? Anheuser-Busch against Natural Ice. What does that mean? The other stuff's not?
Keystone Light. Oh.
Coors Brewing again.
Yeah. Busch
Light.
Ice cold, easy indicator. They got some coating on the can so it turns blue when it's cold enough. Because apparently it tastes like shit when it's warm.
Yeah, you better have it cold because if it's warm, it's crap.
A lot of folks have probably never had a dark or heavier beer when it is warmer.
Yeah, like an IPA or something.
Yeah, and because they taste quite different.
They're not bad.
Well, they can taste less bitter sometimes.
Absolutely.
And it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. Think about it.
4% alcohol there. Oh, and
here's the big case.
4.2%. Brewed using the choicest stuff: malt, barley, and horse rice.
Horse manure.
Fucking rice. Corona.
Oh, made in Mexico.
Cerveza.
Oh, that's sponsored from a political standpoint. This is sponsored by Nancy Pelosi.
4.1%. And then Clamato, Bud Clamato. The beer store right down the road here has this stuff. It's Bud Light and Clamato Chelada.
Hey, do you have a Clamato?
So it's like Clamato. It's like clam juice and tomato juice. And
imagine if you drank too many of them. You're in the back throwing up. Oh my God. Your like girlfriend or wife comes home and goes, honey, somebody died out in the back. There's blood all over the back porch.
Fruit vegetable beer. It's good with fruit and vegetables, apparently, they think.
Oh, yes.
Bud Light and Clamato.
Bud Light Clamato. That doesn't sound so good.
Yeah, I'm not going to try one of those. Here's Michelob Ultra.
Ultra.
It's a light lager.
What's that mean, Ultra?
Who knows?
Well, no,
it's
why
a superior
Ultra?
Light beer.
Why don't they have a normal beer? Why don't they call it Michelob Normal instead of Michelob Ultra?
Well, they could just declare that normal is awesome. So
Ultra's
normal
better.
Well, no, awesome could be better than Ultra.
Oh, wait a minute. Select 55. Why does that mean the cans are smaller? So you get 55 of them in a 12 can or box.
55 calories.
Oh shit!
Look at the alcohol content. I'll bet you the Miller 64 we saw before.
Yeah.
Was 64 calories.
Yeah.
This is slightly less at 55. Probably tastes even less like beer than the other one.
Why don't they make one that's all the way down to like, natural light? Does that mean you open up the container and the light comes on inside?
Now, here's another list. Coors Light is at the bottom of this list.
Yeah.
The best of the worst. Natural Ice, or Natty Ice.
Natty Ice, yeah.
Known to be one of the worst beers. Extremely cheap.
Well, that's how
strong,
everybody
rich
drinks it.
taste.
Some people got it tasting like sawdust. When's the last time you had a serious amount of sawdust?
Made by Coors. Tastes like a light malt, which gives it a corn taste. Very watery.
Look at all these people. They're all having a good time here. Hey.
Bud Light. Has a very hoppy flavor.
Yeah,
Easy to
yeah.
drink and somewhat refreshing.
Crap, we already saw this bullshit.
Corona, of course, it's a light lager.
Corona.
It reminds people of the beach.
Right.
Fruity taste and a strong citrusy flavor.
Does that remind you of the beach?
Here's the Chelada.
What? It comes with fruit? You open up the package and there's a bunch of stale olives in there.
Even though Bud is already on the list, Bud Light Chelada is considered even worse. Many people consider this to be a poorly made Bloody Mary with too much beer. Most people prefer not to drink it at all.
Ah,
And, enough said about that.
man.
Michelob Ultra, what do they say about that? Another light lager, known to be watered down. Not a lot of flavor. Hence the low alcohol.
Right.
Too.
Well, get that Budweiser Select 55. And let's
No
see it.
aftertaste.
Well, in that case, there's bad water.
Bud 55. Another light lager. Not strong tasting.
Natural light. Does that mean you open up the can and you can use it as a light while you're driving down the road after the police pulls you over?
Natural light is like natural ice, but it's even worse.
Uh,
It's known to be overcarbonated and very watery. Next time you're at the store looking for beer, don't waste your time with this shit. Okay, so
hey, anyway, without those kind of beer situations there, are exactly what we're talking about. It's kind of interesting. Hey, another thing we should talk about is not overindulging at the holidays. You ever notice how people do that? They set it, you get the relatives around the table, there's 30, 40 people there. Everybody's chowing down. They're all pigging out. They're all chomping down with all their food. They're shoveling it in. And then afterwards, they have after dinner martinis or after dinner, a little bit of scotch or rum or whatever the hell it is. So everybody's all sitting around the chairs farting. And they're all trying to hide their farts as they move around. You ever notice that at a family gathering? Everybody's sitting there and all having a nice, polite conversation, and somebody will be doing one of these routines, and they all sort of sneak them out. And somebody else will say, "Oh, there goes Uncle Harry again." Everybody laughs. You're like, "Shut up, asshole." I just think that's hilarious. They're all trying to sneak their farts out. The kids are trying to do it too because they've just consumed large quantities of fart-producing food.
Okay, so
Anyway, so that's my fart content for the.
So there's something wrong with Tim, but most of you already saw that earlier. So with that, we'll be right back after this interesting thing that we have done.
Melodrama.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing we've done. It's called.
That's Uncle Harry falling asleep. You ever notice that at relatives?
I sell my puddings Hong Kong on the street for many years, and now come America and sell you my pudding. Yup, Joe pudding.
Yup, Joe.
Yup, Joe pudding.
Yup, Joe.
Get the good pudding.
Yup, Joe.
It's good pudding.
Yup, Joe. New from the makers of Young Ding. Fine Oriental puddings.
Try Yum Ding pudding. It's a good pudding. My grandfather made this pudding.
Yup, Joe pudding. It's the good pudding. Hard to pronounce?
Easy to swallow. Pastor Shafter, what should I do about my devil-worshipping daddy? Well, little girl, you are in a pickle, and that is no
Put it to you, laddie.
And hello, Father, and welcome to the Bank of New York. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It is a beautiful day, lad. It is indeed. Matter of fact, it's so beautiful that the good Lord has instructed me to come down and make a withdrawal.
Oh, go right ahead, Father. What do you need?
What I'd like you to do, lad, is fill this bag up with money, or I'll blow your fucking brains out.
Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, what exactly do you mean?
What I mean, lad, is I want you to fill this bag up with 50s and 100s, or I'm going to be giving you your last rites. Do you understand me, laddie?
Yes, I understand, Father.
But hurry up, because I've got church in 15 minutes.
Okay. Here you are, Father.
Oh, Lord bless you, laddie. Thank you so much. God bless you, and have a...
This is Johnson here. How you doing?
Oh, you should be talking on the phone when you're driving, dear. It's dangerous.
Oh, be quiet there. We're not having a problem here. I got to talk to Peters here in accounting about the widget.
But there's a sign right up ahead that says talking on while you're driving on a cell phone is dangerous.
Oh, no, don't worry about it, dear. Nothing ever happens. There's no signs.
Oh, my goodness. My husband's head just blew up. The preceding has been the public service message from the Highway Safety Commission. Don't let this happen to you. Come on down to Huffenberger. At Huffenberger, we use only Crown-certified UK quality beef. Taking advantage of the beef prices in the UK, Huffenberger announces the 5-cent cheeseburger.
Hail meal, 2 Huffenburgers, 2 Noble fries, and a frosty bovine foamer.
All that value for only 25 cents. Bring the family today. At Huffenberger, we just mad about cat. And how about a brew?
Sure. Sludge? What the heck is that?
Taste it.
Tastes like shit.
Sure does, but at 99 cents a 6, who cares?
99 cents? A whole 6? What's it made of?
Grass clippings, man. Grass clippings. Don't pay import prices for import beer, friends. Get the new brew brewed fresh on the banks of the Hudson River. Sludge beer made from grass clippings. And it's guaranteed to be certified 99.99% grasshopper free. Sludge. Depressed, tired of life, thinking of ending it all. Well, at the suicide hotline, we understand. We want to help. Call the suicide hotline today.
Machine Gun Pope, Super Spy Pope, and the all-new Special Forces Assault Pope.
All part of the new Holy Father Combat Action Series. Shakes of a lamb's tail. At the suicide hotline, we want to help.
From the Phonics folks, hooked on farm animals, with noted sex expert, Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Good sex with farm animals is very easy to achieve, you see. There's no mystery to it at all. Good sex with farm animals is within your grasp when you get hooked on farm animals. I'm Dr. Ruth Westheimer wishing you good sex.
Do kids a favor and get it now. Hooked on farm animals, from the Phonics folks.
Suicide Hotline.
Operators are standing by 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call now with your credit card and avoid the holiday rush. Satisfaction guaranteed. Sorry, no.
The Shafter. Lord, hello, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord Jesus has just called me on my cellular telephone.
Hey, this is Damien Snod. I play a lawyer on TV, but I'm not really one. When I need legal advice, I talk to Freakum, Long Tongue, Rootfish, and Goldstein. Remember, folks, the next time you get picked up for child pornography, it's Freakum, Long Tongue, Rootfish, and Goldstein. So remember, friends, when you have legal trouble, it's Freakum, Long Tongue, Rootfish, and Goldstein.
Yeah.
Now we're back.
Okay, we got a new solution here for that leftover turkey. After the Thanksgiving dinner, you package all this stuff up, you throw it in the freezer. What happens if, hey, just look at this. You got to think of this stuff. Your freezer, all of a sudden, your freezer goes down, your stove's not working really well, then you got to defrost a meal for the family. So, you got these nice Ziploc bags, small amounts of stuff. Works great. Shove it up your pants, defrost the whole thing, and everybody walks around with kind of like a baggie stuck out of the back of their pants. That's so you can defrost dinner. So, in the morning, you're on your way to work. You know the stove's not working real well, so you got a microwave. And, you're in a hurry to get to work. You can't microwave it because you're on your way to work. Take it, shove it in your pants. Necessarily shove it up your ass.
Necessarily?
Yeah, right, because that warms it up in a hurry.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But necessarily.
Not necessary.
Necessarily shove it up your ass.
Right. So the whole deal is...
Make sure we have that right.
Right, you want to make sure...
I hope everybody's writing this down at home.
Yeah, because if you don't write it down, it'll be on our website. There's instructions on how to do this. Take the Ziploc bag, shove it right straight up there. That's the hottest part of your body that you can access, and therefore you can defrost anything you want.
I've also heard that scrambled eggs can be kept warm under your arms.
That's correct.
I was sitting here for like a second trying to think of what was it. I was going to say, at first I was going to say meatballs.
Well, scrambled eggs would be good.
And then
But
spaghetti. Meatballs and spaghetti.
Make sure you add the salt, the ketchup, and the salt and pepper to preserve the flavor.
But if you're doing grilled cheese, you might have to shove it up your ass or between your legs.
Oh, yeah.
If you want the cheese to melt.
Yeah, because the temperature rating right here is much better than the temperature rating here.
And the butter doesn't make such a mess.
Right, exactly. As long as
Oh, geez, that ain't right.
as long as it's contained within the plastic bag, it does not melt out.
So here we are, because we're now in our
third hour.
Not third hour. We are in our
melodrome.
We're here near the end of the show, but
in the news studio.
We're doing our newsy background because we're going to be talking about the YouTube thing.
Oh yeah, right.
And if they do threaten to
expostulate
us, we might do something cool like before it's too late to do it. Like do a long broadcast, maybe, I don't know, or a morning broadcast, something weird like that. Do something
radical.
Something different, breakfast with Mike and Tim. I don't know what it might be.
Yeah, how about well, we can do it after Thanksgiving. It's called Fart with Mike and Tim. It's complete instructions on how to fart your food.
And then I had to pass out on the sofa while the relatives are watching football or whatever the hell's on that day.
Yeah. Hey, honey, what do you want to do? What do you say Hey, what about you get food for Thanksgiving that produces lots of gas? Everybody comes over. All the food that they bring over is deliberately designed to give you gas.
Deliberately designed?
Yeah. So in other words, a lot of stuffing, a lot of turkey, a lot of things that are gassy that are going to produce a lot of gas.
Indeed.
So they have a whole organization of all these people. They're called the fart heads.
The fart heads. Okay.
The relatives. Their relatives are nice people, but all they do is fart. So, you come in their house, smells like gas all the time. They haven't turned the gas on or off. All they're doing is farting all the time. Anyway, not a bad joke. It's kind of ridiculous, but hey, we're having a good time here. We hope you are, because I certainly am. I'm here with my dynamic duo cousin, and we're doing the Mike and Tim show because, we're kind of silly, and hey, we enjoy it. We hope you do too. So, hey, we're on to this YouTube thing about, hey, what talk about farting. Oh, that was a belch. Is there a difference, by the way, between belch and fart?
Well, of course there is.
Do you belch up and fart out?
Well, up and out is still out.
What if you had to wear like an underwear? Everybody was required to wear like underwear across their mouths, so that they farted up. You farted up. You shit it out and you farted up. When you farted up, some of the shit came with it.
That doesn't even make any sense. That makes no sense whatsoever.
I know, that's why I said it. I'm one of these people who's, philosophically.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking. No, forget. I'm just gonna have some more of this.
Well, in that case, okay. I'll have another beer.
So
what?
Sam Adams Winter Lager.
Very good beer. Very, very good. Excellent design.
You can see through it. You can see yourself through it.
If you can see through the beer, you're doing pretty good.
Well, you see how that works? It's the magic of the Mike and Tim show.
Hey, I wonder what would happen if you ended up falling into a vat of like hops.
I was going to say, it depends on what's in the vat.
Hey, man, wow, I just fell into the vat of hops. Wow. What a hell of a time.
I don't think it's going to make you talk like a hippie.
Yeah.
Or a guy from California.
Hello, dude. Remember that other joke about the California? What do you do, man? I make table candles, man.
Yeah, that was a cheap job.
Yeah.
Making table candles. Pour wax on the table and you set it on fire.
Table cable.
You see the shit that's going on in California now?
Yeah, they got a lot of
power
fire.
going on all over the place. People shitting in the streets.
Oh. Well, you know what the problem is? People shitting in the streets. That's why the power's going out.
It won't be long before there's a big earthquake and a big crack and a big chunk of California just
slides right the hell away.
Well, I don't think it'll slide away. I think it literally will just float away.
It will become the new Catalina Island.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Los Angeles will split away, and then they'll be out, and then you have Catalina Island, and you have the island of Los Angeles.
Poopopolis, they'll probably call it.
What?
Poopopolis.
Poopopolis, yes.
That's where San Francisco will be.
Well, what will San Francisco be?
And then at night, or if it's cloudy weather and boats can't find it, people will be telling, just smell for it. Poopopolis.
Where the hell that came from?
Well, it's a disturbing place, actually. All right, so here is something.
We're supposed to be funny.
This is a holiday thing, so here is a holiday sort of thing. This is Pastor Shafter talking about Noah, the story of Noah.
Oh, yeah, the story of Noah.
Thank you for joining me. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Noah. Now, Noah was a good man, and he obeyed God. He didn't do bad stuff. He didn't drink beer. Things was bad back then. People didn't do as they were supposed to do. Only Noah was a good guy. People was running around, twirling cats around by their tails, stepping on doggies' paws. They was means to people. There was no cable TV. Everybody was nasty. And God said, Noah, I'm going to drown everybody. But Noah said, well, how come, Lord? Because Noah was getting a little scared. God said, don't worry, I'm going to let you live because you okay. But everybody else is going to die. And Noah said, but Lord, that don't sound too good. And God said, it ain't going to be. But what you're going to do is build yourself a boat. Noah said, Lord, what you talking about? I ain't no seaman. And God said, well, you're going to be pretty darn soon. And he gave him these directions. I don't have the exact directions and all the cubits and what's a cubit and this, that, there a cubit, but it will be, information will be for sale after the sermon for $15. And that's money that goes to the work of Jesus. So Noah built himself an ark. It was a really big boat. And Noah said, God, I don't think I need such a boat as big as you gonna have me make. And God said, well, you're gonna have some company. And he says, well, I was hoping you'd let me bring my relatives on board. And God says, I don't mean your relatives. I'm talking about animals. And Noah says, well, God, I don't really have any pets or any cattle. I'm going to have you bring in 2 animals that there is, 2 of everything, male and female, so that when you get off the ark, you can repopulate the planet. And that's what he did. God said, all you animals, let's get 1 male and 1 female and just scoot yourself up into that there boat. So there was bears and rhinoceros and orangutans and horses and tigers and many other types of animals. I don't have a complete list, but a complete list will be available, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, after the service for only $15. All the animals got inside and they was making a mess, pooping and whatnot. And Noah said to God, he said, Lord, I can't stand the smell. And God said, well, how long can you swim? And Noah said, maybe the smell is not so bad after all. And God smiled down upon Noah because Noah was a good boy. He complained a little bit, but he did what God told him. See, the Lord doesn't mind if you complain a little bit. He knows even though some of us has got satellite TV and that there internet, we ain't actually totally happy. So anyway, God said, okay, Noah, get your stuff in the boat and shut up the door. So he gets inside and he's playing pinochle or some other game of cards, I'm thinking, and suddenly it starts to rain. Oh, and it just keeps on raining. Rain for 7 days, and all of a sudden the neighbors start saying to themselves, we got a flood coming up, baby. So one of them comes over and runs to the boat and says, hey, Noah, it does seem to be getting a bit wet out here. Maybe I could come inside. And Noah said, I'd like to help you out, but we got just enough room for us and the animal poopy. I'm sorry. That's what he said. The animals kept on eating and they kept on pooping. Presently, Noah says, I'm going to send me out a bird. And the bird came back. And he waited a few days. and he set himself out another bird. And the bird came back with an olive branch, and he said, praise God. Dry land. So he knew that the water was a Satan. Then he sent himself out another bird, and it did not come back. And I don't know what that means exactly, but the complete meaning will be available for sale after the service for only $15. President Lady Ark came to set himself up on that there Mount Ararat in that area, the Middle East way. It's very far away. And when they got out, and God said, I'm going to put this rainbow in the sky. And the next time I'm thinking about killing all of yous, I won't drown yous. I'll find some other way to do it. So the lesson, boys and girls, in Noah's Ark is don't piss off the Lord, because he pisses off rather easily.
Okay, and here we are. All
Well,
right.
here we are, apparently. Yes,
Yes,
we are.
yeah.
We are here.
You ever see about this DNA type stuff? It's talking about doing that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been you sent your DNA, and I don't know if I want to do that because
I think it's really cool.
the government knows about your DNA.
Yeah, well, here's the cool part about it. You find out about really cool stuff. Other relatives send you pictures. I mean, I got some really cool stuff off of that. It's worth the risk.
Any naked pictures?
No, they weren't that good anyway.
Well, you know what I wonder about?
Yeah.
Does anybody ever get a notice saying, "Oh, you're Charles Manson's second cousin, 3 times removed," or whatever?
Yeah. Or it's your kid. Or what about this one? Say you said
Jeffrey Dahmer is your son.
Hey, great. Or what about this one? You send it in, and you thought all along you had this great family, all your relatives, brothers, sisters, mothers. Come to find out, your father ain't who you thought it was. Your mom and dad never told you that they were
You're Hitler's fifth cousin.
Their mom and dad never told you that you were having a little hoochie coochie on the side there, and you're actually not your
wonder,
father's son.
Suppose somebody is Jeffrey Dahmer's relative. Do they send that?
No, you can. The way it works, you can contact.
But would they tell you that you're related to Charles Manson?
No, you can.
You're
do
Charlie
it.
Manson's cousin. Congratulations.
But you can do that if you want.
Now, I know that if they don't have that person's DNA, they don't know you're this person's cousin or that person's whatever.
Right.
But who knows? Some serial killers are stupid. They might send their DNA in, and maybe they did it long ago or long after.
Yeah, long before they were a serial killer.
Or maybe those companies would refuse that person if they knew they were a serial killer, because really, nobody wants to know who the hell he's related to.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Actually, some people might. They might want to be like, I'd like to know that I'm not related to him. Oh, that could be a service they could offer. For an extra $15, we'll tell you if you're related to any serial killers.
Yeah. Hey,
the thing is, if you go back far enough, there might be some connection.
Yeah.
It might take a couple thousand years, 100,000 years. But still, it's a connection.
Yeah, you're related to him. What's really cool about it, though, in all serious sort of vein, even before when you get the DNA thing, you look at it and they say, oh, you got some people who came from Canada. Or you got some people who came from here. You got some people who came there. And at the end, you can verify that by knowing who your ancestors were. It's pretty cool. Then you can look at it and say, hey, yeah, that works. It's true. It's on the money. That's pretty cool about it. But you can also get that and have all these people who say you're related to them. You call these people up and you go, hey, you're full of shit. The information you have up on your website is bullshit because all you did was look it up and punch a bunch of names in there because you saw some stuff. That is horseshit. You actually have to verify everything that's up there so that when somebody calls you up, you can honestly say, oh, hi, hey, how are you? You're first or second, that's great. This other stuff is poppycock. We can't rely on poppycock research to get that. If you're into into DNA, if you're into genealogy, it's lots and lots of fun to find out where you came from. All these
Unless
that's really the cool
there's
part
some
about
black
it.
sheep in the family that you'd rather not be.
Oh,
related
there
to.
always is. There's always going to be
Well,
somebody.
somebody was a molester, or somebody was a thief, or whatever. I mean,
some
but
very sick individual.
somebody who's a mass murderer and shit like that, Mao Zedong. Hey, you're Mao Zedong's great grandson, twice removed under something,
Twice
like,
removed.
oh, man,
What's
the
that
hell?
mean by twice removed?
It means something.
Does that mean you've been removed?
We don't have time to go into it right now, but let's assure everyone that it does mean something.
Something.
Yes.
Everything means
Because
something.
words do
It's just
mean
a question of whether you believe what they're telling you.
And the thing is, even if we don't know what it means, it has no bearing on the meaning of the word. Once we do figure out what it means, it still will have meant the same thing it always meant.
No.
People are thinking to themselves, hey, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually, most people think to themselves, I'm turning this shit off right now.
When's the last time you had a philosophical question with a mirror in the morning?
A mirror in the morning? Like
Yeah,
mirror on the wall?
Who's the
What's
mirror?
the traffic light to the mall?
Yeah. Can I get there fast?
It's probably Siri, the Siri mirror. Siri
am I going
pops
to get
up.
into an accident on the way and it's going to bust my ass? You got to think about these things. You get up in the morning, oh, honey, now I got to get to the mall this morning to go sell some crap. And I've got to make my sales goal. Otherwise, they're going to come down on me in the afternoon. Remember
That's
that?
right.
Remember that bullshit at the mall? How many units did you sell this week?
And
Hi,
also,
are you a good salesman?
you had to do a couple things. You had to take your sales training,
Right.
where you
Seriously.
did role playing, where you said, "Hi there, would you like some help purchasing this item you're looking at?" And then you also had to take your harassment and sexual harassment,
Right, yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Because they want you to sell that stuff, but they don't
Right.
want you harassing anybody you work with or any of the customers either.
hi.
Unless, of course, that produces a big sale.
Yeah.
They might look the other way in that case.
Yeah.
But
Hi,
other
honey.
employees, no.
Hi, honey. Would you like to buy this stuff we have here? This is for an attractive person like yourself. The next customer comes up so butt fuck ugly. They've got like pimples coming out of the inside of their nose. And you look at them and go, if somebody's as attractive as yourself,
Or more so.
yes, you, man, even though you're 310 pounds overweight, I still think these exercise balls would be a good idea for you. There's a fat person standing next to you, a real thin one. You kind of like divide it in the middle and go, if we had another person standing here, we could actually sell them to the person that probably, because you're too thin, you're too fat. The person in the middle here probably could buy that stuff and benefit from it. The thin person, you got to put on weight. What we're going to do, we're going to strip some fat off of you. We're going to switch it over to the other person. Then we're going to both sell you the exercise equipment. What a great idea. Then your boss would say, boy, you're a hell of a salesman. If you believe that bullshit, I will tell you just about anything you want to hear.
So,
Yeah.
we went a little bit long because, hey, what the hell? It's a holiday. And as you can see, it's snowing behind us.
Yes, right. Also, remember, folks,
Somehow.
we want everybody to have a safe and gentle Thanksgiving.
We do.
Make sure you're there with your relatives. Make sure you're there with your friends.
Have
Make sure
some,
they all get home
have
safe.
some stuffing.
Have some stuffing. Get
Have some
stuff.
taters.
Yep. Hors d'oeuvres, beer, wine, cheese, sangria.
Cranberry sauce.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's a status
I
quo.
like cranberry. Some people don't like cranberry sauce.
I do myself.
I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to eat it the rest of the year, but if there's some cranberry sauce, I'll have some of that with my stuff.
You ever that comes in a can?
Yeah.
You open up the can, you pour it out. It's like this big.
Well, that's like the Jello.
It's like the big plop that comes out of the
That's
can.
the gelatinized version. But you can get
Real cranberry
real
sauce.
cranberry sauce
Right. It's not bad.
with actual cranberries. Because, of course, it's cranberry sauce. If it was strawberry sauce, it probably would have strawberries.
It's really nice to be able to eat with relatives. Remember we used to do that?
Yep.
It was a great time. Everybody was there and everybody's bullshitting. We're all having a great time. It's such a wonderful time to be with your family. We certainly hope that you have that opportunity too.
Holy shit, Tim. Are you drunk or what?
No, I'm not
Because
normal. I'm normal.
What's the other thing?
I don't know. Go ahead, cuz. Talk to our viewers.
I don't really have anything to say.
I mean, in all sincerity, folks, I hope that when you go over to your relative's house and, you're eating
Something.
don't shit at the table.
Don't shit at the table. Well, that's good advice right there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of advice people can use.
When you go to your relative's house.
Like somebody who just became a U.S. citizen, for instance.
Right.
It came from, I don't know, somewhere else.
Fuck you too.
Yeah, and hey, you got any Thanksgiving tips for me? Well,
Don't.
number one, don't shit at the table. Yeah. No matter what else happens. Even if you see somebody else do it, don't you do it.
Yeah.
You should eschew such behavior.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I don't shit at the table.
Don't shit at the table. Number 2.
Guys, write it down. Don't shit at the table.
Is there a number 2?
Hope not at the table.
Obviously, no number 1.
Oh, boy.
No number 2. Do not shit
Tim,
at the
you
table.
are hot tonight. Holy shit.
Number 3.
Holy cow.
Number
Tim is
3.
on fire.
Do not play Mumbly Pig at the table. And number 4. Do not twinkle your balls and adjust your underwear at the table.
You should never do that, whether you're sitting at a table or not.
Well, if you actually need to do that, you can slide under the table a little bit and play a little pocket pool to adjust things, and then pull your chair back, and no one will know the difference.
Is that
that's
your recommendation?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
do not expose yourself to your fiancé.
Do not expose yourself. More good advice.
Especially if you're getting married and you're at your fiancé's in-laws.
Well, that comes under don't make a jackass of yourself.
Oh, well, I mean that's par for the course.
Or find some other way to do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it that way.
Right, exactly. That's not a good thing. Do not insult your in-laws saying such things as, boy, this food really sucks, but the house is nice. The beans are cold, but the stuffing is hot.
The beans are cold,
but the stuffing is hot.
Is that like a new song?
Yeah. That's a new iTube.
I hear that Carter's Got Pills. That band is coming out with some Christmas album this
They come
year.
in a little bottle. They're addictive, though. They're like the Carter's pills. They're an opiate. They're no opiate. You know what that sounds like? Like an advertisement for opiates.
Carter's Got Pills. That's a band.
Yeah, Carter's Got Pills.
They did that. That's that album. I know what I want, and I already took it.
Hey, what do you think of this whole thing with the opiate? Is that opiates?
Opiates? Opiates?
I'm calling opiates.
Depends exactly how you say it.
Right. You know what they ought to do? They ought to start making recycled opiates. You put them in your sneakers.
Or you make sneakers out of them?
Yeah, you make sneakers out of recycled opiates.
I don't know how that would work, but
what it does, it gives you an addiction to running. You just can't stop.
The other day, I was going to pick up some prescriptions at the drugstore, and they had some cops there outside of a table.
Opiates?
No, they were collecting them.
Oh, really?
People who have expired medications.
Right,
There's a drop-off point. A guy goes, "Sir, do you want to turn any medications in?" I was like, "No, I'm here to get more."
That's great. And you go, "Hey, you got any of that Coke laced stuff behind the counter there?" You go through a real loud voice.
Well, they were outside the door.
Oh, they're outside, yeah.
It was cold that day, so I wasn't going to stand around, shooting.
Yeah, I'd like to turn in some aspirin I have here. It's Bear aspirin. It's probably about 25 years old.
Dangerous. That's
yeah, you never know. I could get addicted to this.
So I got some LSD here, I got some window paint from the 80s.
Window paint?
That was a type of acid.
Oh, yeah, I got some window
Not that I know.
I got this white stuff in a bag.
About it.
This white stuff
in a bag.
They dropped it off about 20 years ago. I really don't know what it is. It kind of looks like plaster of Paris.
Plaster of Paris.
Hey, wow. What do you want to do?
Don't you think that's a little bit hoity-toity of Paris? Plaster of Paris, paper mache.
Yeah.
They got all their own sayings over there.
Right, they do.
Plaster of fucking Paris.
Wallpaper.
French people.
Wallpaper came from France. You ever hear about that?
No.
Yeah, high-class people here in the States years ago had imported wallpaper.
French wallpaper?
Yes, French wallpaper.
Yeah. Back in the old days,
they don't have
French
Thanksgiving
was
either.
cool.
They don't have Thanksgiving either.
They're not thankful. That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're arrogant and non-thankful.
Yeah.
If I was president, I would probably try to start a war with France based on these.
These
principles.
improprieties.
These motherfuckers are rude. They got funny accents. They don't talk properly.
And they have frogs for dinner.
They eat frogs and leave the rest of them. God knows what happens to the rest of these frogs.
I understand. Well, there's a whole coalition over there now.
They have made some good wine.
Yes, I will agree.
I think you have to give them that.
What is it called? El Frago or Frog Line or what the hell they call that? Frog.
What, their wine?
Yeah. El Frago.
Well, there's all kinds of French wine.
No, I heard the French wine. It's made out of the remains of frogs. It's called El Crusho.
Isn't it? I think it's British wine that used to have cow urine put in it. I think.
What do they call it? What do they call it? Urine delight?
No, it did something. It had some effect on.
It turned you yellow.
Fermentation, I guess. I'm not talking. I mean, it wasn't a lot.
What did they do? Collect it?
But the fact that there was any cow pee in it, it's just like, it just doesn't seem necessary.
Hello, this is Ian McGregor here.
Was there anything else available?
Ian McGregor here, and I'm coming to get my cow urine for my vintage. Yeah, but where the hell are they growing grapes in England anyway? It's got to be on like the southwest coastal area. You're not growing grapes way the hell north in England.
Well, no, not necessarily, but there was wine, English wine.
What do they call it?
Wine.
Urine? They call it the cow pee delight.
I don't think they call it urine. So anyway.
They call it bovine. Hey!
What the fuck? Bovine.
Grapery.
Bovine delight?
No. Bovine vintage.
Bovine fields?
Yeah, what the hell is it? No,
the cows mash the grapes in the fields,
Yeah, they stomp around on. What they do, they bring the cows down from the upper pasture and they have them stomp the grapes. This way, they add all their shit and everything else right with it. So everything gets flavored.
It gives there's a strong bovine
flavorization.
Character.
Fermentation. So they call it bovine vintage. No, bovine vintage. What the hell they call it? Grapeyard. What do they call it?
Vineyard?
Vineyard. Bovine vineyard. Our stuff is naturally fermented. No need to keep it real late. It's cow mashed, cow produced. It smells like urine.
It's stepped on by cows and it smells like it,
It's stomped on. It's stomped on by cows.
It smells like
it. Bovine vinery.
People would buy it and drink it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get some of that.
Yep.
What was that shit that we were looking at that was my mind has just
he's had a brain fart.
Well, it's not quite a brain fart. It's more like one of those things like I'm just gonna wait till you stop doing that. All right, so what was I saying?
Bovine. We're going into the bovine brain fart. When's the last time you had cow urine in your wine?
You know what we ought to do before we get kicked off of
YouTube
is we ought to have some kind of marathon drinking thing where we get like a bottle of Jack or Elijah Craig. You ever try that? That's
Elijah Craig?
Yeah, that's good.
Or that guy's a dirty individual.
Anyways, I don't know him personally, but we just have like a 3-hour show, 4-hour show.
He's been locked up.
And drink a whole shitload of this whiskey and make complete fools of ourselves, even more so than we're doing right now.
Well, we're doing a hell of a good job at it.
We're doing pretty good now, yeah.
Hey.
But, to go out with a bang, so to speak.
Bang.
And that might be what we do is either pass out or maybe throw up at the very end of the broadcast. Well, yeah, we'll do it live. Well, we'll do it live on the, maybe we won't blow up, throw up right in front of the camera, but, it'll definitely
happen. Throw up in a bag. We'll go get ourselves some airline barf bags.
So kind of reality show
Yeah, reality
We
show.
put a reality show character there.
Hey, have you seen the
It'll
reality?
be a shame, though.
Hey, I got something that you professed years ago saying that all TV was going to become reality shows. And it actually
Remember
became,
that?
Yep, it came true.
I did say that,
You
didn't
did
I?
say that.
And I was
You
half
were right.
joking.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Kardashians. Who gives a lardy-tardy ass?
Who gives a shit about any of it? And really, if we had a reality show,
We already do.
well, what I mean is, people are going to look at that and go, who gives a shit?
No,
Well, we don't blame you. We
No,
know.
but-
We understand.
if we had a reality show where we had a camera and we drove all around all the time, 5 days a week, you and I, people would watch it because we do traffic and the whole 9 yards. People would be excited about the whole thing because, well, it's live traffic. They're driving around. I've got to see what's going on.
People like live stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, dead stuff. Who wants to watch that? How about live funerals, like we talked before? Say you
filmed live before
before a studio audience.
before a dead audience.
No, the studio audience is all the families that are there at the funeral. So they film the whole thing live. This is so that everybody on the planet can watch Uncle Joe who's dead. The Mormons have these because they're related to everybody. Think about it. You're in Salt Lake City. Your relative dies. He's had 14 different children by 49 different wives. And everybody wants to see it. So they have a live one. You know, there's Uncle Joe. Boy, was he a horny individual. You can see all these people. They're all talking about it.
See,
They're all measuring up his situation after he's dead.
This is why people say things about
us as opposed to other people.
Exactly. A lot of people say to themselves, they say, how do Mike and Tim do all that shit? You know, how do they get that Mike and Tim this going?
Fresservere?
Yeah, that
coup de quoi?
That's a good word.
Yeah, coup de quoi.
Coup de quoi.
Hey, how are you? How's your coup de quoi today?
Where do they get
let me inspect that.
Where do they get their coup de quoi from?
Hey, babe. Yeah, I checked out your coup de quoi.
It's anybody's guess where the old coup de quoi comes from.
When's the last time you had your coup de quoi checked out? Sounds like a proctologist. Oh, can you see that over top of like a doctor's office? Yeah, so we'd like to schedule your coup de quoi.
I changed the background because
very nice.
it was getting a little chilly.
Yeah.
Snow falling.
Oh, yeah. So you go to the proctologist and you're on your way, you make an appointment. There's a big sign as you enter his door. Please step forward and remove your coup de quoi.
Don't forget to remove your coup de quoi before you
come in here, because if you don't remove your coup de quoi, we have trouble getting at your coup de quoi.
Do they need to leave their coup de quoi at home, or can they just leave it
No,
in the
they
car?
they can bring their coup de quoi with them.
They can bring, but do they have to leave it in the car?
Yeah, you need to leave it in the car.
Leave it in the car.
Otherwise,
Because
it
no
causes
coup de quoi in the building.
Yes.
You probably have to
Yeah.
maybe prove you ain't got it.
You got to silence your coup de quoi.
Coup de quoi.
Yeah, the coup de quoi is another word for cell phone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
One wonders where that came from.
Yeah, the other thing too, the smartphone. What happens when you give a smartphone to a person who's stupid? I mean, really, just think about it.
Do they get any smarter?
No.
Does the phone get any stupider?
The phone is allowed to dumb down to the level of the intellectual, of the individual.
This is very interesting.
And think about it. You go to like some sort of like discount place. You buy yourself a smartphone. You give it to a relative who's got an IQ of 1% based on 1 to 100, and all of a sudden you hand him the phone. He goes, "Oh wow, thanks. I can use this." But what happens when they push the start numbers? There's a test you have to take, the IQ test, on all the phones now. So you have to take the IQ test. So the IQ test tells you whether you can actually use the phone and how many functions you can actually use. This is so that the internet doesn't get flooded with dumbass people.
That's important.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's called the dumbass test.
The dumbass test. That sounds very scientific.
Yeah, it works out really well. First off, you go into the store and you say, "Hello, salesman. I have a dumbass relative. I need a phone that's going to be able to dumb down." They only sell one brand of the phone. It's all really intelligent and everything. But as soon as you bring it to the dumbass relative, the one with the IQ of about 1 to 10 based on 1 to 100, they take a test, and that determines how much level of intellectualism on the phone they can actually use. So that's the way that works. So if the IQ is like 1 to 4 on 1 to 300, then all they can do is dial backwards.
Is that all they can do?
Yeah, they can just dial backwards. So in other words, if they have a phone number and they have dyslexia, they can dial their phone number backwards. Anyway, that's my IQ check. If you haven't figured that out, well, I haven't either.
So we're really
fire phasers.
The really exciting stuff is happening right here. And,
this is part of the after show.
What was it?
If you don't understand this, neither do we. And we invite you to hang out a little longer because we're sitting here having a good time. Because eventually YouTube might scratch our ass and tell us to go fly. So we're going to have a good time with it on the way out. Hey, did you ever have a pimple stuck in your ass? One that really creeped up there really far. It's got a sort of, they call them boils. You ever check that out? Why is the pimple on your forehead called a pimple, and then the one in your ass called a boil?
Well, there's a very important distinction.
Why?
Well,
they're both puffed up.
One is on your forehead and one is on your ass.
Yeah, but who cares? What's the difference?
Although people do speak of pimples on the ass, so one has to wonder, are pimples on the ass different than boils on the ass?
Right, exactly.
Or is it one of those things like bucks, dollars?
Yeah. Or coins.
Well, I mean money. Different words for money.
Different words for money.
Different words mean the same thing.
Yeah, but is a boil something that you squeeze and pop the pus out? Or is it a pimple and you squeeze and pus the pop out of that? I mean, really, think about it, folks. Especially around the holidays. You got those tight-fitting pants. You got that boil there in your ass, or pimple on your ass, and it's causing you kinds of things. I suggest you get that popped. Have somebody in your local family pop that freaking boil and get rid of that pus on your ass because those tight underwear is not going to fit real well.
Well,
that's going to cause you a problem at Turkey Day. When you're sitting there, all your relatives are all going to say, something's wrong with June. She must have a pimple on her ass. Anyway, that's my comment on the holidays for the pimple on your ass. Anyway, 5 snacks that you have to seriously know. Where the hell do these people come up with these fucking lists? They got anything else better to do than sit there on their computer, look up stuff about snacks, or like 150 things you have to do before you die. Who cares? I mean, really. God. These fucking people. Match game 75 with Gene Rayburn.
Here we go. We're going to play the game.
All right. Okay, good. Let's do it.
And then we'll be done.
Because
the FCC just let us know that.
Yeah, if you actually see these.
We weren't supposed to be on in the first place.
We weren't going to do this, but we're doing it now.
Okay, so here we are with another mugshot matchup.
Hey, all right.
Got some interesting people here, and they've been accused of particular things.
How do you accrue somebody?
And what we have to do exactly
is match them.
What we have to do is match them up with their so-called their alleged
infractions.
Yeah, infractions. Of course, all these people are innocent unless proven guilty.
Fucking guilty.
But admittedly, by looking at some of them certainly do seem to be likely to be guilty. I mean, so.
Hey, look at the center one. She's got a Ghostbusters T-shirt on.
We don't know. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, maybe she's a bank robber.
That's interesting. All right, so let's have a look at our contestants.
Hey, I like that. Scheme to defraud.
So here we have some of the alleged crimes: scheme to defraud, bank robbery, narcotics possession. Driving with a suspended license,
and
probation violation.
Probation violation. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, let's go on that.
I like that.
Let's get the beat.
Now, let's have a look at these faces here. These are some interesting folks.
Hey.
This guy is looking like, whoa, he's on meth or something. Now, look at this guy down here. Holy shit.
Both of the guys on the left and the right there.
Their eyes are glowing in the dark.
Really? they probably were doing.
And then there's this
The
guy
products.
here who doesn't look too happy.
No, he's a.
And then there's this chick here who's like, oh, I've been here before.
Right, yeah.
And she's got a Ghostbusters t-shirt on.
Maybe she's a fan of Bill Murray.
So who is she going to call when she gets busted?
Who are you gonna call? Bank robbery.
And then there's this chick who doesn't look.
Too suspicious, but she could be a murderer.
Well, I was going to say she doesn't look like she's got. She's been using narcotics for too long, so I'm wondering if she is not a narcotics user. This one here doesn't look too bad either, really.
Maybe I could like do both of them at the same time.
Well, I don't think you should do that.
Hey, you never know.
All right, so
Feel like a holiday party.
Now this guy in the end there, look at those eyes. Holy
No, I'm driving. He's bugged.
He looks like he's holding on to a live voltage wire right now. Yeah, that dude is alert right there. Look at that.
Yeah, buddy. You know, his eyes are like, both of these guys are the bug guys.
The two M guys.
Yeah.
So we have scheme to defraud, bank robbery, narcotics, suspended license, and probation violation.
Probation violation. Yeah, everybody, let's get into the groove. It sounds like a new thing from Dick Clark. Oh, that's right, he's dead. Oh.
So the guy on the left, what do you think would be his deal?
He lost his contacts.
Is he a scheme to defraud, a bank robber, a narcotics possession, driving with a suspended license, or a probation violation?
I think the problem with him is he was driving with his penis out the window. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna make up new violations for each one.
You got no opinion on the guy on the left?
Not really.
I'm gonna say, well,
drum roll. And answers, please.
I'm gonna say that he is narcotic. Well, I'm gonna say narcotics possession for him. And I was thinking for this guy on the other end, bank robbery.
Yeah.
He looks like he might be the kind of guy who would rob a bank. And I mean that with no personal
attributes.
Yes. Now this guy here, he looks like a probation violation. But these two could be also.
Right. Well, let's just pump something up there and see what happens. Really got three to left anyway.
But this face here, this does not look like a suspended license.
He looks like he likes something a little more.
So I'm going to give him probation violation. I'm thinking she is scheme to defraud.
All right.
Because she's got that shirt on. I just don't know. And then I'm thinking suspended license.
Yeah, okay, let's go with it.
Because if either this guy or the guy in the end are just there for a suspended license, something ain't right. She could be narcotics too, though. All right, but let's see if we're right.
And
we got none of them correct. Oh my goodness.
Oh, bank robbery.
So here's the scheme to defraud. She's a narcotics.
Right, you were right on that one.
Probation violation. Oh, bank robbery.
Yep.
And driving on a suspended license.
Yeah, well, they're all pretty freaky.
So this guy here, man, I mean, he's really got a look for just a suspended license.
Well, maybe he's doing other shit at the same time that he can. Bank robbery? Yeah, that looks good.
Probation violation. Probably told to stay away from
the
mailbox. And narcotics possession.
Right.
Of course, we don't know what that could be.
Right.
Could be coke or it could be meth.
Oh, it could be aspirin.
She's got a not too happy look on her face, but she doesn't look all crusty and crappy like she's been on it for too long.
Yeah, maybe.
So she's probably one of those.
Part-time jokers.
Look at us surmising things about people we know absolutely nothing about based on one photo. And of course, all these folks could be innocent.
Yeah.
And we don't know. We don't know.
Oh well.
So.
Yeah. Okay. We're still having our beer situation here, so we're doing fine with that. Because. What's that? The Wizard of Oz? Is that
it is time to
kill this.
To shut down the old reactors, though.
Yeah, reactors.
So a lot of folks are sitting out there now, billions probably.
Right, looking at this going.
Thinking, how can we be as funny as Mike and Tim?
They
well,
can't.
Short answer is yes, you cannot.
Right, exactly.
There's only one Mike and Tim show. Although there have been a few pretenders.
Yeah, the Pretenders.
They don't
Isn't
have as
that a
many
band?
subscribers as we have, though.
I think we got 5,000 subscribers.
You know, our buddy Doomcock has over 100,000 subscribers now.
Yeah, but here's the deal with him. He does it every single day.
Plus, he sings. He sings for his
Breakfast?
audience. No, he sings. Like when they're having a live chat that goes on for like 6-7 hours. Not only is he talking about everything everybody else is talking about, but after he's had a few belts of whiskey or whatever, he'll start singing shit. You know, he's actually very good too, which is kind of funny.
Well, there you go.
So it's a very unique show.
And now the time is clear. I've come to say my final sentence. What the hell is that? Is that a Dean Martin song?
Somebody.